live from Athletic Culture Stadium in Springwater Township. Baycats TV presents the Canadian Baseball League. And tonight, the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers return to Barrie for their second visit of the 2026 regular season to take on the hometown Barrie Baycats. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast. Ben Davy along with Julius Hern. Nice to have you along on this beautiful Thursday evening. The Barnstormers and the Baycats square off for the second time in less than a week. Tonight's game, a rematch of what we saw here on Saturday afternoon. A 3-2 Barnstormers win after building a 3-0 lead. The Baycats come back, ended up coming up just a run short.
Yeah, the Baycats looking to avenge that loss, really, so to speak. It was a late game approach that really cost them, especially in that ninth inning. A lot of strikeouts late in that ball game, as well as some defensive mishaps early on. Meanwhile, Chatham-Kent, they've played 2 games since this one. They've lost both of them, but what I've noticed for them this year, and I mentioned it last game as well, the early starts, they can get on the board early just like they did last Saturday afternoon. That could really be the difference for them, and they're going to be looking to do the same thing tonight.
Looking forward to another great ball game here this evening. Now it is Jersey night here at Athletic Culture Stadium, presented by Jersey Mikes. So our fans here around the ballpark are wearing jerseys of their favorite teams, baseball and otherwise, and we got to wear our favorite jerseys as well. But tell me about yours. That's kind of a different one.
So this is my men's and co-ed league softball jersey. Shout out the Lakeside Inkers, Lakeside Ink Tattoo Shop, downtown Barrie. Our co-ed team just got our first win of the season last weekend. Our men's team, we're further along in the season. We're 9-1, so we're kind of really hot so far this year. But Ben, I like your Tigers jersey quite a bit.
I got this the first game I ever went to at Comerica Park in Detroit. Damian Easley's name is on the back, and of course they put him on waivers about a week after I bought the jersey. But I've always loved the Tigers home jersey. It's clean, it's crisp. It's one of the nicest jerseys I think in Major League Baseball. You want to be careful not to eat this with a plate of spaghetti or even drinking a cup of coffee.
It's a beautiful jersey, so no coffee up here for you tonight.
Your jersey's very nice as well. All right, it's going to be a fun night. Thanks for joining us. The Baycats and the Barnstormers straight ahead. Right now, it's the Baycats starting lineup, and for that, here's our public address announcer, Rob Daniels.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, time now for the starting lineup for your Barrie Baycats, managed by Josh Matlow. Leading off, playing center field, number 7, Canis Ejo. Batting second, the left fielder, number 95, Noel McGarry Doyle. Batting third, the right fielder, number 13, Edgar Figueroa. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 27, Ryan Rio. Batting fifth at second base, number 0, Francisco Hernandez. Batting sixth at first base, number 20, Nolan Macabrota. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 26, Adam Odd. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 21, Wandy Cyprian. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 11, Brandon Hernandez. On the mound tonight for your Barrie Baycats, number 30, right-hander, Juan Benitez. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able to and kindly remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem this evening. And singing "O Canada" is Tammy Bedford, who is a longtime supporter of your Barrie Baycats and won the anthem prize on our Baycats fan auction. Tammy, take it away.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, with glory as we see thee ride the true north strong and way. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Fans, we'd like to welcome Tammy to the mound as she's also going to throw out the ceremonial first pitch here tonight as a part of her fan auction.
Baycats and Barnstormers here at Athletic Culture Stadium Thursday night baseball. Nice to have you along with Julius Hern. I'm Ben Davy. Baycats wearing their throwback Thursday red uniforms this evening and a lot of other fun jerseys around the ballpark as well tonight. We'll certainly tell you about them and show you some of them as we head through the evening. But maybe my favorite one so far, Julius, is our on-field camera guy, Lucas, rocking a Savannah Bananas jersey.
I mean, say what you want about Banana Ball, but the jerseys are fantastic, and I'm really liking that our guy Lucas Fleming is rocking the #1 Bananas jersey on the field today. Gotta respect it.
And the only yellow jersey that I have seen in the ballpark so far tonight, so he stands out. That's actually a good color for him, being on field, just so everybody knows where he is at all times.
Exactly. He stands out. You know, you're never going to lose track of him.
Here's the starting lineup for Dom Donnell's Chatham-Kent Barnstormers this evening. The leadoff man is right fielder Spencer Morin at second base. Batting second is Evan Morrison. Mitsuki Fukuda catching. Batting third, the cleanup man is designated hitter Grayson Barrett. Yu Shinoda at third base bats fifth. It's Owen Costantino. At first base batting sixth, #7 hitter is Thomas Green. Playing shortstop this evening, Austin Gurney is in center field batting eighth, and the #9 hitter is left fielder Lee Kulture.
On the mound for the Barrie Baycats, second start of the season for Juan Benitez. Pitched here a couple weeks ago against the Kitchener Panthers. Went 6 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs on 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. It was a very efficient outing until the very last inning of that outing for him. He really just trying to keep the momentum going from another strong season he had last year.
6th season for Juan Benitez here with the Barrie Baycats, and he will face leadoff man Spencer Morin for the Barnstormers. Our home plate umpire tonight is Adam DeCare. Scott Cameron handles duties at first, and Ryan Hern down the line at third. So here's Spencer Morin hitting just 133. Dom Donnell really hoping keeping him in the leadoff spot here can help him kind of get things going and get off to a better start here now that we're about a month or so into the season. First pitch is a called strike. Benitez putting a fastball right down the middle. We're underway here at 7:39.
A couple lineup adjustments for Dom Donnell's team compared to what we saw last weekend.
Fouled off at home plate and quickly it's 0-2. Benitez likes to work quickly. Slows it down a little bit with base runners on. Sorry, go ahead.
You mentioned Morin in the cleanup spot. You know, he had Thomas Green up there and moved Green down to the #7 spot. Morin didn't even start that game, and he gets the starting nod today.
Game time temperature 24 degrees. No wind at the moment. It was blowing slightly earlier from right to left. And Benitez just misses on that offering, 1-2, as Morin didn't take the bait. Morin with 6 strikeouts in 5 games so far. That one low and in, and the count is even 2-2.
Actually, we'll go for I like that shot. You ready for Lucas? You're working.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Benitez rocks into the delivery. Here's the pitch, and now it's a full count as that one a little high and off the plate. Good at bat here from Morin, battling back.
I remember a lot last year we talked about how the trend used to be for Juan Benitez that he would struggle early, get better as the game went on. You know, that may not be the case, especially looking at his first start of the year, but we'll have to see as sample size gets larger this year.
On the ground to first, Nolan Macabrota on a high hop, trots to the bag, one away here in the first inning.
Let's give it the defense here for the Barrie Baycats in the outfield from left to right. Noel McGarry-Doyle back in the Baycats lineup in left field. Canisi Joe in center. Edgar Figueroa in right field. Adam Odd back at third base. Brandon Hernandez at short. Francisco Hernandez at second. The Gold Glover Nolan Macabrota at first. And behind the plate, Dominican catcher Wandy Cyprian for Juan Benitez.
What a week Canisi Joe had last week for the Baycats, off to a torrid start and rejoining this team after a year off in 2025, and a welcome addition for the Baycats, not only in center field but back in the leadoff spot for Barrie. 1-0 pitch on the way from Benitez, and it's hit high, straightaway center field, long run for Ejo over, and it's off the wall. Picks it up against the base of the fence, fires it in. It's a stand-up double for Evan Morrison, and the Baycats, or the Barnstormers, get a base runner here in the first.
It's not very often you see a ball like that doesn't leave the park, but you know that for sure neither outfielder is going to get it. And that's saying something for a Gold Glover and Noel McGarry-Doyle and a speedster like Canisi Joe. That split the gap perfectly. And Evan Morrison, he had the batting title last year for Chatham-Kent. He's well on his way to challenging for another this year.
That ball was very high, just not quite deep enough. It stayed in the park. This ballpark holds a lot of deep fly balls.
Just
405 straightaway center.
It just kept slicing as well. It looked like it might have gone straightaway center, but it just kept veering towards that gap as well.
So here's Fukuda. First pitch strike. Benitez doing a nice job getting ahead here in this first inning. You mentioned the speed of Noel McGarry-Doyle and Canisi Joe, and a pretty good arm and right, and Edgar Figueroa. Pretty strong Baycat outfield here in 2026. Clayton Keys seeing some work in right field as well this year. So it's an 0-2 count. Juan Benitez will try to finish off Fukuda here and get the second out of the inning. Runner leads. Here's the pitch. Down the line, foul. Squibbles over to the Barnstormer dugout.
Fukuda moving up in the Barnstormers lineup compared to what we saw last weekend as well. He had arguably the best offensive performance for Chatham-Kent at the plate on Saturday, especially had that RBI double in the first inning off of Juan Mejia.
Benitez checks the runner, deals the 0-2 pitch, and is fouled over the screen.
I'm not sure if you noticed this, Ben, but on that double that he hit, he posted this to social media. Mitsuki Fukuda was wearing the meta glasses and filming it. So you got to see a point of view, like camera view of him at the plate, hitting the ball, rounding the bases, everything.
I did not even realize players were doing that this year.
I didn't expect anything like that, but see it from him was fantastic.
Fouled off again, and the count is 0-2. Well, that will certainly be an interesting thing to see if that kind of takes off as a trend here in the CBL. And I think Major League Baseball players might do that too. I mean, they certainly get a lot of information by wearing those glasses.
Some of the content teams, you never know what creative things are going to come up with, but it seemed like it was Fukuda posted on his own personal social media, so it was pretty cool to see. Very creative view.
0-2 pitch on the way, and that hit him. He says it hit him. Did it? It did. And the Baycat dugout thinking that hit bat rather than bone.
Well, there's an immediate reaction, not just from the Baycats dugout, but also from, especially Nolan Macabrota at first base, who immediately, spoke up in disagreement with the call, and the umpire is now convening adjacent to the mound, sticking with the call.
It's always tricky when you hear that double hit, and that's what I picked up my ears here. We're up a little ways from home plate, but it kind of sounded like maybe it hit his arm and then the bat. But then trying to determine which it hit first, that's not an easy thing.
Well, also, too, because Wandy Cyprian kind of stood up or came up a little bit to receive that ball, so there's also a question of whether it went off of the catcher's glove first.
So a double and a hit batter, and there are two on for the Barnstormers with one away. Back to those meta glasses. I mean, the first obvious question, I guess, is are they even allowed in Major League Baseball? Because they have some pretty strict rules about technology.
Yeah, that would be my question, too. I would imagine probably not, considering other controversies we've seen in the past.
But I guess they're allowed here on the CBL if players are posting to social media, and it hasn't been an issue. They haven't had to address it yet, at least. Maybe at some point they will. But that certainly is interesting, not only from a fan's perspective, but the ability of the hitters to get information.
Yeah.
Basically recording their own bats. Their own at bats. That pitch inside.
Yeah, but if you haven't checked it out, I would recommend it. I think the Barnstormers reposted it, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's not cheating if there's no rule against it. It's not like banging on trash can lids or anything. Deep to center field, a long way for Ejo. Back on the track, reaches up. It's off his glove and over the fence, a home run. A 3-run shot for Grayson Barrett, and the Barnstormers are on top early here in the first.
Super unfortunate for Kenise Ejo. He had an easy beat on that ball right against the track and just popped in and out of his glove and ricocheted the worst possible way from him. And just like that, it's a 3-0 Barnstormer lead.
Can't recall the last time we've seen that happen in a game here at Athletic Kulture Stadium, where the ball was redirected over the outfield fence. I did see a ball go off somebody's head the other week, one of the Major League Baseball highlights. I can't remember who it was. Kind of Jose Canseco style. Did you happen to see that?
I did see that. I can't quite recall who it was, though.
Of course, Jose Canseco had that famous head-assisted home run. He didn't even have a helmet on. He was in the outfield. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Oda.
And that was mid-'90s when he was with the Rangers, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of fans forget Canseco played for the Rangers, but you're right. Well, you can rest assured nobody feels more unfortunate about that than Kenise Ejo himself, especially with the kind of week he has been having, the kind of month he's been having. 2-1 pitch, popped up, foul. So 3-0 Chatham-Kent. A double by Morrison, Fukuda hit by a pitch, and Barrett with a 3-run homer to center.
Well, this plays exactly into what I was mentioning off the top of the broadcast. And if Chatham can get on the board early like they have today, like they did a 2-run first inning on Saturday, they're in for potentially a successful night.
This one driven to right field. Down the line, fair ball off the wall. Picking it up and firing it in. Here's a play at second, not in time. A good throw by Edgar Figueroa. Tag applied by Hernandez, and in underneath it is Yushin Oda with a double.
Great effort there from Edgar Figueroa. Played that ball perfectly off the wall. Not going to get much bounce there with some of the advertising banners on the fence, but a great throw into second base. Still a right call there at second base as well. Oda just getting the foot underneath the tag of Brandon Hernandez.
Well, you make a great point with those banners because they definitely absorb a lot of the impact when the ball hits that fence. It's not going to come off the same way it would a Major League Baseball outfield fence with the regular padding, and certainly a lot different than it would carom off the top of the fence if the ball happens to hit that.
Well, I think the other question is how different would it be if it was just the chain link fence?
Swing and a miss. So Constantino, the 6th Barnstormer to bat here in the first. Definitely not the start to this game that Juan Benitez was looking for. Still only one out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Benitez, 2 away.
A beautiful pitch there from Benitez, and he really needed that to get some confidence boosted here in this first inning. It's been really rough for him so far. And, that inside breaking ball on Constantino, might pick him up a little bit.
4th strikeout of the season for Juan Benitez, 2 walks in 6+ innings of work so far here in 2026. Here's Thomas Green, the shortstop. Green comes in with a 120 average. Swing and a miss.
He was 0 for 4 on Saturday afternoon against the Baycats, and he was in that leadoff spot just like we saw with Spencer Moore, and kind of a similar comparison when you look at these guys' stat lines so far this year, both batting under 200, but Don Donnell confident enough to put either of them in the leadoff spot.
Popped foul. Count is 1-2. Falls behind the first base bleachers. 3 Barnstormers in the lineup tonight, hitting under 200. Lee Kulture, the other, looking for his first hit of the season. So despite some struggles scattered throughout this lineup, the Barnstormers played Barrie very well so far. 3-2 win here on Saturday, and now an early 3-0 lead here tonight.
Well, this being the 3rd year of the Barnstormers franchise, and you look back to all the games against Barrie, whether it's here or in Chatham-Kent at Fergie Jenkins Field.
Driven to left center, Ejo dives, and he makes the catch! Cadiz Ejo with a great grab in left center field, and that will get the Baycats off the field. But not before the Barnstormers score 3 on a 3-run homer by Grayson Barrett, and it's 3-0 Chatham-Kent after half an inning.
Hi, I'm Christy Franz from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Thinking about doing a renovation, but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
First inning of play is brought to you by Park Place, Barrie's Grand Slam destination for dining, shopping, and fun. See you after the game.
And here come Josh Matlow's Barrie Baycats. Cadiz Ejo leading off in center field. Noel McGarry-Doyle bats second and left. Edgar Figueroa, the right fielder, batting third. So we got the outfielder, top of the third of the order, due up here for the Baycats. Ryan Rio, the DH, batting fourth. Francisco Hernandez, the second baseman, bats fifth. Nolan Macabrota in the number 6 spot at first base. Adam Ahmad off to a hot start, up to number 6 in the lineup. He's at third base tonight. All right, number 7, excuse me. Batting 8th is Wandy Cyprian, the catcher, and the number 9 hitter is shortstop Brandon Hernandez.
On the mound, making his 3rd start of the season for Chatham-Kent, right-hander from France, Thibaut Mercadier, really off to a rough start his first couple appearances. 0-2 with an 8.59 ERA in just 7 1/3 innings. He is off to a good start. His strikeout to walk ratio, though, 10 strikeouts, just 2 walks, but he's allowed 2 home runs. So, against this Baycats lineup, limiting the power might be a little bit difficult for the Frenchman this evening.
So here's Cadiz Ejo. We mentioned on Saturday the international flavor of this Barnstormers team. A number of different countries represented. Saw a Finnish pitcher on the mound for the Barnstormers here on Saturday. A lot of Japanese-born players as well, and a Frenchman on the mound here tonight. Mercadier to Ejo. And it's a 2-0 count as he misses on the first 2 pitches.
Well, you look at a guy like Mercadier, and he's not alone. There's been a lot of French flavor in the CBL this year, not just on Chatham-Kent, but across the league. There are a couple teams leading the pack, but it's been a trend.
Fouled off to the right side. Of course, Dom Donnell, very fluent in French. I'm not completely sure what his background is, but he is French-speaking.
Well, Mercadier, born in France, played in the French league. Julian Mungs, born in the United States, but grew up in France, played in the French league. Also look at a guy like Keon Johnston, not in the starting lineup tonight for Chatham-Kent, but he also played in the French Division I league before coming over to the CBL.
3-1 the count. CBL fans in Kitchener seeing a start to that game that's very similar to this one. The Cardinals on the road with a 3-0 lead over the Panthers tonight at Jack Couch Park. One of two other games in action. Swing and a miss by Ejo for a strike. It's a full count now. The other game, Brantford at Welland, and it's the Red Sox with an early lead over the Jackfish, 1-0. So all three road teams with early leads here tonight. It's not even 8 o'clock. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ejo's ready. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Baycats get the leadoff man aboard.
Give the defense here for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. In the outfield from left to right, Lee Kulture gets the start in left field. Austin Gurney back in center field. Spencer Morin is in right field. Yoshinoda at third. Thomas Green at shortstop. Evan Morrison at second base. Those two switching over compared to the lineup we saw on Saturday. Owen Constantino back at first base. And behind the plate, Mitsuki Fukuda for Thibaut Mercadier.
Noel McGarry-Doyle off to an outstanding start here in 2026. 320 average through 6 games. Couple of RBIs, couple of stolen bases. And settling quite nicely into the number 2 spot in this 2026 edition of the Baycats.
Yeah, he got rested last couple games after seemed to tweak something could have been a leg injury in Welland. He was taken into that game, rested a couple as a precaution, but back in the lineup tonight.
Drives this one to left field. Pretty deep. It's up and it is gone! A 2-run homer for Noel McGarry-Doyle. And it is a 3-2 Chatham-Kent lead.
Well, Ben, you mentioned just how hot McGarry-Doyle comes into this game. That now extends a hit streak to 5 games, and he's really been bringing the power, that being his first home run of the season.
First homer of the season, 4 RBIs, and he'll add to that 320 average, and a big blast to get Barrie back in contention here. 3-2 now Barnstormers. Basically seen Saturday's game here in 1 inning. It's 3-2 Chatham-Kent. Same outcome here in less than an inning of baseball. How strange is that? I know you love baseball symmetry.
Well, also, you think about it, how Ejo had the 2-run home run late in the game to make it 3-2 as well.
That's right. Now, if McGarry-Doyle hit that home run on Saturday, we'd really be on to some conspiracy theories. This one to first. And there's 1 out of the inning as Constantino makes the play. Bases empty, 1 out. Here comes Ryan Rio. These teams with inverse records. Baycats 5-2, Barnstormers 2-5. One of those 2 wins, as mentioned, against Barrie here on Saturday afternoon, and they're looking to make it 2 wins here this Thursday night in Springwater Township. Ryan Rio, first pitch swinging, it's a foul. Rio at 250 through 7 games.
Still looking to find that power game that he's brought to this team for so long. Only a double on his scoreline so far this year.
Chops that one foul. First base coach Jeremy Allenbrook thought about barehanding that and then decided, I don't want a broken finger. And just let it go by. Andrew White handling duties at third. No balls, 2 strikes. Rio digs in. Mercadier ready, kicks, delivers. Inside, 1-2. Baycats hitting .283 as a team coming into this game here tonight. Francisco Hernandez is on deck. Ryan Rio with a 1-2 count. Mercadier deals. Called strike 3. Rio, I think, frustrated at himself more than anything on that take.
I wouldn't doubt that at all. That was a hanging breaking ball that I think Mercadier got away with, and Rio, as soon as that ball hit the glove, he knew it. That could have been his pitch to drive the other way, but instead it's a backwards K.
He got fooled on a pitch too close to take on a 2-strike count. And there's 2 out in the inning now for Francisco Hernandez. First pitch called strike. Both Hernandez brothers looking to get out of a little bit of a early season funk here. Still very early in the year, but Francisco hitting 207, brother Brandon hitting 185. Oh, 1 pitch on the way, and the count is even.
Well, Francisco Hernandez has had his moments. I think more you see it with Brandon Hernandez, who started the year close to the top of this Baycats order and now sitting in the 9th spot for the last couple games, including tonight.
Takes a pitch, and it's 2-1. 3-2 Barnstormers. If you're just joining us, 2 home runs in this game already. Grayson Barrett with a big one, the 3-run blast in the top half of the first, and then Noel McGarry Doyle with a 2-run shot to get Barrie back to within a run here early in this game. 2-1 pitch to first, and a nice glove play there by Owen Constantino. Steps on the bag after gloving that hot shot cleanly, and there's 3 out in the inning. Not before Noel McGarry Doyle, though, gets Barrie back in the game. We've played 3-2 Chatham-Kent here in Springwater.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
The juice is the best way to add zing to your Jersey Mike sub. Real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. And I like a lot of juice. Pour it on. Go ahead. Go on. I can take it.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run. Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
Back live at Athletic Kulture Stadium, it's the Barnstormers ahead of the Baycats by a score of 3-2 after an inning. This telecast is presented by the authority of the Canadian Baseball League and the Barrie Baycats Baseball Club, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without expressed written consent. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or retransmission in any form is strictly prohibited.
I remember the last time I read that, you were saying how impressed you were that I was able to get Canadian without it being written down. I think you just changed it too, so kudos to you.
We've had to change a lot of scripts that we've written over the last 3 or 4 weeks, haven't we? And certainly that disclaimer is one of them. Brand new league, the Canadian Baseball League. So the IBL is no more, but this is sort of a continuation of the history of that league. They've really done a good job trying to preserve the past, and it's the same kind of idea. It is a professional league, so there are a lot of fundamental changes in that regard, but the product on the field is the same. The 9 teams that we have watched for the last number of years are part of this league as well, so the on-field product itself isn't that much different. This one down the first base line. That's a fair ball, and it's going to be extra bases. Figueroa picks it up, makes a good strong throw in, and it's not in time. A leadoff double here in the second.
Really hard play for Nolan McAbrota. I don't even think he moved watching that ball go down the first baseline. Well fair. But the wheels there on Austin Gurney. And it got really deep in that corner. And Figueroa, again, a great throw in. Just really deep in that corner, not going to be able to get Gurney on that play.
The Barnstormers making some really good early game contact off of Juan Benitez here in this game, and I wonder how concerning that might be to manager Josh Matlow as he thinks about how he's going to use his bullpen here tonight.
Well, I kind of alluded to it earlier. Remember last year, and maybe even the year before, we talked about how difficult it was for Juan Benitez to get clean innings early in the game.
Ball gets away. Cyprian looking for it. No chance. As Gurney is at third now with nobody out.
Yeah, just a spiked breaking ball there out of the hand of Benitez. Going to go down as a wild pitch. You see the Baycats defense, they're going to move in on that infield turf. One pitch just totally changes the defensive alignment and strategy.
Kulture chops that foul. Yeah, the drawn in infield gives him a chance to drive in the run with a blue pit over the infield. If he can do it.
Kulture still looking for his first hit of the year. He is 0-7 in his first 5 games.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here comes the crowd at Athletic Culture Stadium. Benitez, 1 strikeout so far tonight. That one high and in, 2-2. Kind of feels like Benitez maybe trying to get them to chase a little too much rather than just attacking the zone, finishing off some of these 2-strike counts. He's had a few of them. Here's the 2-2, and it's back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So there is Lee Kucere's first hit of 2026. It brings home Austin Gurney, and the Barnstormers build their lead back 4-2.
And Ben, you talk about not attacking the zone. You know, Juan Benitez, usually, we know him as a guy that, he'll rely on his defense to get the job done behind him. But when you look at the way this Baycats defense has performed relative to the rest of the league so far this year, I'm not sure that the same confidence is there at this point in the season.
First pitch swinging, shallow left field. Back on the outfield grass is the shortstop. Brandon Hernandez makes the catch, 1 away. Well, the defense hasn't been an issue so far tonight, but these Barnstormers bats are making some really good hard contact off Benitez, and that hasn't helped. And you're right, when you have a defense that is struggling the way the Baycats have been early on here in 2026, it really can take away a lot of your pitcher's confidence.
Yeah, 14 errors through the first 7 games so far this year.
And you mentioned that was more than double anybody else in the CBL.
It's definitely by far the most in the league, and I think after the game in Welland last week, you could argue that it could be closer to 20.
A high fly ball, shallow left field, and it's kind of in the Bermuda Triangle here, and it drops! And that'll going to be a hit for the Barnstormers as Morrison is aboard. Kulture has to stay at second. Well, you had Odd, Hernandez, and McGarry Doyle all converging on that ball, and that is the Bermuda Triangle, folks, right there.
That's got to be Noel McGarry Doyle's ball. It's much easier for him to be able to come in on that ball going forward as opposed to Adam Odd and Brandon Hernandez trying to run back to that ball in the way it was kind of looping in towards the shallow left field. That's got to be on Noel McGarry Doyle to call off his infielders.
Almost wonder if it was a case of Odd and Hernandez doing such a good job getting to that ball quickly that McGarry Doyle maybe kind of second-guessed himself whether or not that was his play. But you're right, clearly that's for the outfielder. It certainly hung up long enough. So here's Mitsuki Fukuda, first pitch swinging. Lifts that to shallow center field. Hernandez backpedals, he'll take it. Second putout for Brandon Hernandez in this inning, both of them on the outfield grass.
I think if you're the Barnstormers right now, you're seeing Juan Benitez so well so early in this game. There's already been 6 hits, and we're not even through 2 innings. So obviously those last couple of hitters, Evan Morrison and Mitsuki Fukuda, all-star level hitters in this league, going after Benitez on the first pitch.
Grayson Barrett was looking for his 4th home run of the season with that swing. He has 3 now after his 3-run blast in the first. If he clears the fence here, it's suddenly a 7-2 Barnstormer lead. Barely got a piece of that one, 0-2 now.
Well, think about the last inning. There was 2 on, only 1 out with Barrett up, it was an opportunity for Benitez to get an inning-ending double play. He didn't get it. Unfortunately for Canisijo, off his glove and over the wall. And a play that you don't see very often, but you wouldn't see that in the box score by any means.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Benitez will try to finish off the half inning here with minimal damage. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Barrett goes down swinging. Barnstormers add to their lead. It's 4-2 Chatham-Kent after an inning and a half. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965. Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer.
Second inning of play is brought to you by Silo Athletics, a next-level indoor facility for baseball and soccer, featuring training programs, camps, and private events opening this July.
Nolan Macabrota will come to the plate and try to get something cooking for the Baycats here. 4-2 Barnstormers. High-scoring game, unlike the matchup between these clubs here on Saturday afternoon, which ended in a 3-2 Barnstormers win. These teams had a 3-2 score after 1 inning. Thibaut Mercadier back out for his second inning of work as Macabrota waits for the first pitch, taking all the way, and it's a first pitch strike.
Macabrota coming into this game also on a 4-game hit streak. He's had 2 home runs, 8 RBI, hitting .294 in that span.
Over the mound to short, and the throw across from Thomas Green. 1 away. So it's Jersey night here at the ballpark, presented by our friends at Jersey Mike's, and a lot of fun jerseys around the park here. I see a Bo Bichette Blue Jays jersey. Boy, that stings just a little seeing that, but he's not exactly off to the greatest start with the Mets this year. So
well, neither are the Mets.
Yeah. A bit of a gong show at Citi Field this year, to say the least. Bichette certainly had some big moments as a Blue Jay.
I think the Mets are really lucky the Knicks are doing well right now.
Yeah. That's going to be an exciting NBA. I don't usually watch the NBA Finals, but I will definitely this year.
Yeah. It was a great game last night, I'll tell you that. Game 1.
Here's Adam Odd to the plate for the Baycats. Pitch is low and inside. 1-1, and they appeal at third just to see if he actually offered it that. He didn't. Yeah, that Knicks Spurs, is that's a rematch, I think, of the
1999
last time that the Knicks and the Knicks were in the NBA Finals. I think were the last time was 1999. One pitch, and it's up high. remember the New York Knicks were playing, couldn't have been the NBA Finals because it was the Indiana Pacers, so maybe it was the Eastern Conference Finals, but the night of the O.J. Simpson Bronco chase, I was watching the Knicks play that night, and they all of a sudden cut to the O.J. story. There's a called strike.
One of the most iconic nights in sports history, or iconic days in sports history. There's so much going on across not just the finals and the O.J. chase, but it was the U.S. Open. It was the World Cup Open that day in the United States as well.
2-2 on the ground to second. And the throw to first from Evan Morrison is in plenty of time. 2 quick outs here for Thibaut Mercadier. So apparently, O.J. Simpson tried to call Bob Costas from the Ford Bronco that night, and Costas was at Madison Square Garden. But O.J. was trying to reach him, I guess, at 30 Rockefeller or wherever the studios are, and there was some sort of situation where O.J. couldn't reach him or whatever. But Costas found this out later, apparently, that O.J. was trying to reach him.
Interesting.
And he was covering the game.
He was had the panel there.
I don't know what this has to do with baseball, how we got on.
What a wild ride we've gone on.
That was a crazy night of television. 0-1 the count to Wandy Cyprian. First-year Baycat, .391 average through 6 games. An outstanding start here in 2026.
Seems like every one of the Baycats import players are really clicking early on this year. That's Josh Madlow. He's not worried about any one of them.
Over third, down the line. That's a foul ball. Right on the call there, third base umpire Ryan Hern. Put him in extra bases for Cyprian.
They made great contact. That ball just kept slicing. It went kind of in between Yushin Oda's glove and the head of Ryan Hern, and then down just foul that left field line. But another life here for Cyprian, who's put a lot of power into his bat early on this year.
1-2 pitch. Up high, did he go? He did not, and the count is 2-2. That was first base umpire Scott Cameron on the call. A lot of throwback Baycats jerseys here in the stands here tonight as well. I see a Christian Lazar jersey near us, very close. A Willie Garcia jersey.
See a Branfy Infante road jersey on my right.
Nice. Oh yeah, there. Just got a piece, count 2-2.
Yeah. Obviously, you see a lot of Blue Jays jerseys or the shirt jerseys, T-shirts that look like a jersey design. With
How about the Robinson Cano jersey down here?
Yeah.
Is that Yankees or Mariners?
I think that's a Yankees T-shirt.
Yankees T-shirt, maybe, yeah. And our anthem singer, Tammy Bedford, wearing a Evan Souls jersey here tonight. So, a lot of names we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Popping up on these jerseys around the ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mercadier is ready, delivers. Did he hold up the appeal? He did. 3-2, laying off that outside pitch. Great at bat here by Wandy Cyprian. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. A strikeout for Thibaut Mercadier and a 3-up, 3-down Baycats second inning. We play 4-2 Chatham-Kent here at Athletic Culture Stadium in Springwater.
Jersey Mike's is sub above. Is it the premium meats and cheeses sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965. Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Ben Davy and Julius Hern on a beautiful warm night here at Athletic Kulture Stadium in Springwater Townships. The Baycats and the Barnstormers and Chatham-Kent on top 4-2 as we head to the top of the third inning. Mentioned the game time temperature, 24 degrees, and it's going to stay nice and warm not only through the game tonight but through the overnight hours as well. Looks like we're going to stay up in the upper teens.
Really starting to feel like the summer climate we're used to here in baseball.
I wonder if tonight's going to be our first mosquito night of the year.
I don't know if you just noticed that. Home plate umpire Adam DeCare just asked Don Menard to stay in the coach's box. Don't see that very often.
Yeah, I can't recall ever seeing that actually, but the coaches' boxes are there, but the coaches certainly don't use them all the time, especially trying to wave a runner around. They're going to be way outside that coach's box. Did you see the highlight of I think it was the Red Sox third base coach. It was at Fenway Park.
Yeah.
Actually went into fair territory. Now, that was something I'd never seen before.
I'd never seen that before either.
And I don't even think I'm told Brian Backland behind us here says that's cause for ejection.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
For a coach to actually be on the field during play.
I know there was a push from Major League umpires earlier this year to try and enforce the coaches' boxes like Adam DeCare has done with nobody on base to start an inning like this. And even since, Don Menard has drifted further back in that left boundary of the coaches' box. So right now he's standing outside of it again.
I guess a little leeway might be given if there's runners on base, but
yes,
in a situation like this with the bases empty. But then again, what does it matter if the bases are empty, right?
Well, I think there has been concern. I know this. The Baycats have been a team that's concerned about this as well. You know, some coaches will stand so far back that they can pick up the signs of the catchers as they're trying to communicate with the pitcher.
Well, that is an interesting point. Didn't even think about that angle, but here in the CBL, that's certainly a concern. Strike three call. Benitez now back-to-back strikeouts. He gets Yoshinoda here to lead off the third. So that's certainly not a concern in Major League Baseball anymore with the technology that they have with the PitchCom. The catchers aren't putting physical signals down anymore, but here in this league, the coach could easily pick up a catcher's signs.
I know it was specifically an issue last year in the semifinal series with the Hamilton Cardinals. I know Josh Matlow took exception to it a couple times.
So clarification on that other one.
So here's Owen Constantino. One out here in the third. The play we saw this week at Fenway Park, where the third base coach was in fair territory, my argument was, well, it's Fenway Park. He maybe needed to get all the way out there to see where the ball went, because you lose sight of the ball quite easily there. Those narrow foul lines and weird little quirks along the outfield line.
You may only see that once. That was pretty crazy.
No balls, two strikes. Here comes the crowd. Juan Benitez delivers. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts for Juan Benitez. 2 down here in the third.
Well, I came into this inning thinking how big the 3-up, 3-down inning defensively was for Chatham to try and keep their energy going offensively. But for Juan Benitez, he's really shut that down. He ended the second inning with a strikeout of Grayson Barrett. Now, Yushinoda, Owen Constantino, 2 other big bats in this Barnstormer lineup. He sat down rather easily.
So here's Thomas Green, the shortstop. First pitch is inside. So Juan Benitez, after struggling early in this game, Barnstormers were really making good contact off his pitches. He's now retired 4 in a row, the last 3 strikeouts. Swing and a miss there. And you mentioned often with Juan, he'll get better as the game goes on. Really dials it up a notch, and certainly he's kicked it into high gear here. 1-1 the count. Benitez with the pitch. And it's up the middle, and it's into center field. So that'll break the streak of Barnstormers retired at 4. Thomas Green with a single tonight. And it'll bring up Austin Gurney with 2 away.
A much needed hit there for Thomas Green. I mentioned earlier he went 0 for 4 here on Saturday afternoon. Had a hard hit line drive to center field his first time up, but was robbed of a base hit by Canisijo, and a little bit of redemption there for him to keep this inning alive for Chatham.
Austin Gurney doubled and scored to lead off the second inning. He'll bat here with 2 out. First pitch swinging down the line. Foul.
Well, if you remember, Gurney was ejected from that game on Saturday afternoon, arguing a call at first base.
Oh, and 1 the count. Left side, through into left field. That'll be the 8th hit for the Barnstormers in this game. And 2 on now with 2 out, and here's the number 9 hitter, Lee Kulture.
Great piece of hitting there from Austin Gurney. You saw a big hole between shortstop and third base, and you really took advantage of it. I think he was kind of aiming that way just based on the way he was taking his approach. Didn't do too much, with the swing there, and exactly what Chatham-Kent needed to keep this inning alive.
First pitch to Kulture, takes it, and it's a strike. I think if you're the Baycats, you really got to consider yourself fortunate. 8 Barnstormer hits through 3 innings here, 2 2/3 innings, and it's still a 2-run game, so you're still in this game. But big at bat here with 2 on, and this one to left field. McGarry Doyle back at the wall. It's gone! Second 3-run homer of the game for the Barnstormers. And when Kulture crosses home plate, it'll be 7-2 Chatham-Kent.
What a game so far here for Lee Kulture. Comes into this game hitless through his first 7 at-bats this year. And just like that, he has 4 RBIs, including a massive 3-run homer to break this one open.
Bottom third of the order so far in this game is a combined 5 for 6. And they have accounted for 4 of the 7 Chatham-Kent runs. Green, Gurney, and Kulture. And when your 7, 8, 9 hitters are getting it done, that is a formula for success.
Well, also to think, the last 3 batters have all done that with 2 outs. Juan Benitez has had great opportunities here to get out of this inning. But some great approaches here, especially from the bottom third of the order, as you mentioned, Ben, to get on base with some great pieces of hitting, especially that one by Austin Gurney.
Looks like we have a left-hander doing some tossing in the Baycat bullpen. 2 away.
Yeah, that's Saul Vasquez up for Barrie.
3-1 the count to leadoff hitter Spencer Morin. Third at bat of the game for Morin. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. 2-hopper to second. Hernandez to first in time for the out. So the top of the third mercifully comes to an end. And not before the Barnstormers add 3 more runs and make it a 7-2 game after 2.5.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Third inning of play brought to you by Render 3D Quick, the #1 architectural 3D rendering company in Canada, working with thousands of builders, developers, architects, and more.
Well, the Baycats will have to rely on their bats here this evening. They've already got a 5-run deficit to chip away at here, down 7-2. Bottom third of the inning, and it's the number 9 hitter, Brandon Hernandez, getting a nice hand as he steps to the plate. We got our Junior Baycats announcer in the PA box here for Rob Daniels for a half an inning, and a first pitch strike to Hernandez.
Well, just based on that first announcement, calling up Brandon Hernandez, I think we're in for a really good show from our Junior Baycat.
We'll see. Hopefully we're in for a really good at-bat from Brandon Hernandez. And he hits a base hit to left field. Right on cue. 1 on. Nobody out. And we go to the top of the order. Here's Kadisi Joe.
I praised Austin Gurney for a great approach last inning that really led to that 3-run home run by Lee Kucera. Brandon Hernandez doing exactly the same thing, shooting a ball the other way in a big hole between third and short. And that's exactly the start the Baycats need to turn it back over to the top of the lineup.
For Hernandez, that's just his 6th hit of the season, and this is his 8th game. So he's looking to get that bat hot again. Here's Kadisi Joe. First pitch hit weakly, back to the mound. Picked up by Mercadier, the throw in time.
Yeah, still a productive at-bat there from Kadisi Joe. It looked like he might have had a chance to run that one out for a base hit, but Mercadier really calmed himself down, didn't rush that play. Ends up working out the same as a sack bunt. Moves the runner into scoring position with 1 out.
Noel McGarry Doyle hit the 2-run homer to get Barrie on the board in the first. He'll bat with a man on here in the third. 3 long balls in this game already. Barrett and Kucera for the Barnstormers, McGarry Doyle for the Baycats. Takes the first pitch, it's up in the zone. This Junior Baycats announcer is getting louder cheers than Rob Daniels has gotten all season long. Thibaut Mercadier looks at the runner, at the belt, checks the runner again, kicks and delivers. McGarry Doyle could not hold up. Or he did, 2-0, excuse me. Checked his swing.
That's 1-1. That was a swing. It was called by home plate umpire Adam DeCare, so it should be 1-1. I'm not sure if you're noticing this, Ben. Look how far over to the rubber on the third base side Mercadier is. That's pretty far over.
Honestly, it's hard to tell because that dirt is such a different color, and we're looking at it through the screen here, but he kind of kicks the dirt off the rubber there, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I know the grounds crew was working a little bit on the mound during batting practice, and You see, really is just that edge of the heel on his cleat that's just keeping a touch on that rubber. You know, it's going to give him a lot of room for some lateral break against a left-hander like McGarry Doyle.
Absolutely, a good point there. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Up the middle, into center field. Base hit. Rounding third is Hernandez. Here's the throw. Not in time. That's an RBI single for Noel McGarry Doyle. Third RBI of the night. 7-3 game for the Barnstormers, and Noel McGarry Doyle with all 3 RBIs.
Just being able to string hits together is what the Baycats need to try and climb back into this game. You know, Canisijo, I mentioned earlier, getting a job done, putting a runner in scoring position, setting up that RBI opportunity for McGarry Doyle, who continues to rack up the hits, even after a brief layoff from the lineup.
So here's Edgar Figueroa. 0 for 1 so far tonight. This is a Baycats lineup that just never seems to give up on themselves. So we've had 2 walk-off wins here at home already this season. And even here on Saturday against the Barnstormers, after a 3-0 hole, they were able to chip away at it, get back to 3-2. Ultimately came up a run short, but with some confidence, I'm sure that they can muscle their way back into any ball game, and especially a situation like this where it's still very early.
You know, we saw that insurance run to be come across for Chatham-Kent in that 8th or 7th inning. And it really felt like that was the all-important run, even before the Baycats had gotten on the board with a 2-run home run by Canisijo.
Well, you mentioned on the broadcast, as soon as that 3rd run was scored, that could be the difference in the game, and that observation proved prophetic.
Yeah.
2-1 the count.
Sometimes it feels like, you know, 2-run deficit is very much within reach, but even one more run added onto that 3-run deficit can feel miles away.
McGarry Doyle with a lead at first. Does not go. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 2-2 count.
Two steals so far for McGarry Doyle this year. He's been caught once.
He has 2 of the only 5 stolen bases that the Baycats have so far in 2026. Francisco Hernandez with 2. Canisijo with the other. 2-2 count here. A little bit less of a lead on this pitch. High and away as Mercadier wastes one, and Figueroa with a patient take. Full count now.
I wouldn't be shocked to see McGarry Doyle here even with 1 out. You got to wonder, you know, what's holding the Baycats back from being aggressive. They only had 5 stolen bases as a team last year throughout the entire year.
3-2 pitch. High, ball 4. 2 on for the Baycats. Here's Ryan Rio. Good approach by Figueroa at the plate, drawing a walk. That's what the Baycats need here as base runners. Down by 4, and here's manager Don Bevell.
Yeah, first mound visit of the game here for Chatham-Kent. First time that Mercadier has really struggled in an inning. You know, the first 2 innings coming off the bat, or first 2 runs coming off the bat, the first by Noel McGarry Doyle, it was, you know, first 2 batters of the game, and he was able to reset. This time he's struggling with base runners on pretty much the entire inning.
Dom Donnell to me just looks and sounds like a pure baseball manager. He just knows and understands the game so well, and out there for that mound visit, just trying to calm his pitcher down, trying to keep the composure and the demeanor intact here. Don't want to panic early in this game. You got a nice 4-run lead to work with. And
well, he's got a ton of coaching experience, whether it's here in the Canadian Baseball League, in the Frontier League, or elsewhere. You know, he's a guy that has years and years of experience in high-level baseball, as I'm now seeing Mizuki Akatsuka, switch pitcher, warming up for Chatham-Kent.
Handled his pitching staff masterfully here on Saturday afternoon. Rio, first pitch swinging. It's high and deep to right field. It's up. It's out of here! Barnstormers in the third.
How big is that for Ryan Rio? First home run of the season. And just like that for this Baycats team, it's still early on in this game. But if this game feels a lot more within reach. As for Rio, that's going to be a huge boost of confidence for him after not having a lot of power in his bat early on this year to start, but also first home run since coming back from injury last year.
Here's Francisco Hernandez. That put a charge in this crowd. Well, you never know what you're going to see on any given day at the ballpark. And on Saturday afternoon, 5 runs in 9 innings. Tonight, 13 runs in less than 3 innings. Tale of 2 ball games. Base hit to left field by Francisco Hernandez. And it looks like this Baycat lineup is woken up. Here's Nolan Macabrota. 7th Baycat to hit in this inning, still only 1 out.
Barrie had just 1 hit coming into this inning, and that was the 2-run homer by Noel McGarry-Doyle. And there's already been 4 in this half inning alone by the Baycats, including that 3-run blast by Ryan Rio.
Yeah, you said exactly what I was about to say. You know, the Baycats had just 1 hit. The 2-run homer by Noel McGarry-Doyle. 2 runs on 1 hit coming into this third.
Well, I mentioned right before the home run that Mizuki Akatsuka was warming up in Chatham-Kent's bullpen. You got to wonder how much the home run is accelerating getting a new pitcher in this ball game for Dom Donnell.
Francisco Hernandez, the lead at first. High and away, runner goes on the delayed steal. There's the tag, it's not in time.
Not the first time Francisco Hernandez has done that successfully this year. It's really worked out for him. You know, catch the catcher off guard. In this case, it's Mitsuki Fukuda. Great move there by Francisco Hernandez, keeping the double play out of order here for Nolan Macabrota, giving him an opportunity for another RBI that could tie this one.
It looked like they were maybe expecting him to go with that pitch high and outside the zone on that 0-1 count. That was sort of a delayed steal by Hernandez. He wasn't really off with the pitch, and then sort of after the hesitation by Fukuda, off he went.
Seems like the strategy there is to, give the catcher enough reason to think that he can kind of relax a little bit in his throwback to the pitcher, and then boom, he's off. Trying to, force that hesitation and force the catcher to have to re-accelerate his arm to get the ball over to second base in time, and it's worked out for Francisco Hernandez.
That's a great tactic, especially if you can get a good secondary lead. That's exactly what Hernandez did. 2-2. And now time is called. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Umpire did this. No, he went set. You got to shut it down when he goes set.
Nolan Macabrota is ready. Thibaut Mercadier trying to get out of a jam here in this third inning. Baycats with 4 already here in the bottom half of the third inning. That pitch down low, and the count is full.
I would imagine, based on the amount of time that Akatsuka's been warming up, with Adam Ott on deck, another left-handed bat, if Mercadier can't get out of this inning before Wandy Cyprian, that could be the end of his outing.
Dom DeMel just took his hat off and waved it at the Barnstormer bullpen, so if that means anything, we'll see. But he deliberately looked down there and waved his hat. This one fisted to second base, and misplaying it is Evan Morrison. That ball had a little bit of backspin on it, and it was overplayed by the second baseman and got by him.
Yeah, it's going to go down as a base hit. Really kind of a knuckler off the bat of Nolan Macabrota. Obviously not off the barrel, more off the inside part of his bat. And you can see Morrison, break over to his left, thinking that ball was going to be harder hit, but the more it just died, just inches away from his glove, trying to revert back to his original positioning. And a bit of luck there for Nolan Macabrota, his first hit of the ball game.
So the Baycats now 90 feet of real estate away from tying this game after trailing 3-0 early on and 7-2 heading into this bottom half of the third. We might be here a while tonight, Julius. Had an entire baseball game in 3 innings here so far. Here's Adamad. First pitch swinging, and he swings and misses strike one.
Mercadier started him out with that breaking ball with a ton of movement. I mentioned earlier how far he comes set on that rubber over towards the third base side, and he really needs it to have the break on that curveball.
Fouled off left side, and it's an 0-2 count.
You got to wonder what this does, this offensive outburst in this inning for Barrie. You got to wonder what it does for Juan Benitez. You know, building up a bit more confidence. Obviously still in a deficit as we stand right now, but Benitez comes back into this ball game. He's probably going to have a renewed sense of urgency and a renewed sense of confidence as he pitches in the fourth inning.
0-2 count. Swing and a miss by Odd. Way outside, and he just whiffed on that one. So Wandy Cyprian will be the 9th Baycat to bat here in the third.
It seems like Dom Danello has the confidence right now in Mercadier for him to get himself out of this inning. This is the 9th batter of the inning for Barrie.
Well over an hour into this game, and we haven't played 3 innings yet, so hope you don't have restaurant plans tonight after the game, Julius. Swing and a miss. Wandy Cyprian with a strikeout to end a 3-up, 3-down second. It's been a Jekyll and Hyde line here for Thibaut Mercadier. Baycats with 2 in the first, a 3-up, 3-down second, and now 4 and counting here in the third.
Well, Mercadier came into this game having allowed 2 home runs and 7 in the third, and in just the first 2 in the third innings today, he allowed 2 home runs. So obviously doubling his total that he came in with.
Only 1 walk so far for Mercadier. Runners lead, 2 away. Here's the pitch. It's a short, and they go to second for the force out. Green to Morrison, and that'll do it. Baycats with 4, and an appreciative hand from this crowd at Athletic Culture Stadium as the Baycats battle back and make this a 1-run game. 7-6 Chatham-Kent. We've played 3. To the 4th we go when we return. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
Thinking about doing a renovation, but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
The juice is the best way to add zing to your Jersey Mike sub. Real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. And I like a lot of juice. Pour it on. Go ahead. Go on. I can take it.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
We go to the fourth here at Athletic Culture Stadium. If you're just joining us, 7-6 Chatham-Kent. Juan Benitez on the mound for the Baycats. And our junior Baycats announcer in that 4-run third was Izzy Kalamatazak. I may or may not be saying that last name correctly, but Izzy did a great job on the mic tonight. Baycats scored 4 runs, and I think we got to get Izzy on speed dial, because if we need him again this season, Baycats need a big inning. I think we got to get him back in the announcer's box.
It's really, it's very uncommon that the Baycats will string some runs together during the junior Baycats half inning, which is always the bottom of the third here at home, let alone they bat around.
Figueroa, a long way to right field. That is gone. No, he made the catch. Sorry, my mistake. Deep right field.
And coming up with that one just against the wall, Figueroa having to decelerate before the fence. And nice catch from him out in right field. There is definitely some haze as the sun sets towards right field.
We might end up with some fog here tonight. Hard to say. It's kind of damp and the temperature dropping just a little bit. That might affect some fly balls here tonight as well, although we've had 4 home runs already tonight here. So one away for Fukuda. Izzy was wearing a Josh Donaldson jersey as well, for the record, so that might have been a little bit of extra good luck. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fukuda.
Get out of here, Sam.
Here comes the crowd. Fukuda's ready. Here's Benitez with a 1-2 pitch. Fly ball. Right field. Figueroa again into foul territory to make the catch. 2 putouts for Edgar Figueroa here in this 4th inning.
Well, you mentioned jerseys. Obviously, this being Jersey night, Bannon, I'm curious. We got a great jersey matchup between these 2 teams tonight. The throwback reds for the Baycats, the road reverse kind of pinstripe. I know you like the South Side White Sox jerseys, a very similar style here with these road Barnstormers jerseys. I'm curious your opinion of what is the best jersey in the CBL.
Oh boy, well I've got to say ours. No, I like these. I've said it. I like the Barnstormers. I mean, the London Majors are a lot like the Detroit Tigers. It's a nice clean jersey with the letter L. I like the old-fashioned traditional uniforms. Brantford Red Sox, a lot like the Boston Red Sox, of course. But how about yourself?
It's very tough. I think last year we saw the Hamilton Cardinals. They had the Thunderbirds throwbacks. I really enjoyed those. You start to see a lot of these teams now coming up with some alternate uniforms, and I like the Baycats. They wear camo on Military Day. That one always excites me.
To second, Francisco Hernandez with an easy throw. That'll do it. It is a 3-up, 3-down inning for the first time tonight for the Baycats and Juan Benitez. Bottom of the 4th inning we go. 7-6 Chatham-Kent here in Springwater.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965. Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you in the dark.
Fourth inning of play, brought to you by Leahona Mortgage Investment Corp., delivering targeted investment returns of 6 to 8% with a 1-year maturity. Learn more at leahonamic.ca.
So, just 3 innings of work for Barnstormers starter Thibaut Mercadier tonight. He will hand it off to the bullpen and switch pitcher Mizuki Akatsuka.
Yeah, Akatsuka pitched here on Saturday afternoon, and you know what? I mentioned that he's a switch pitcher, but he leans heavily on that right side. And I imagine we're going to see a similar amount of work on that one side for him today. Very, very seldom does he actually make the switch over to the left arm once he's started on the right.
Wandy Cyprian will bat.
Fourth appearance of the year for Akatsuka, 10.38 ERA on the season, just 4 1/3 innings. He was the one that allowed that 2-run home run to Kenise Ijo in a comeback attempt, and he's on deck.
Driven to center field. It'll hang up there, and the catch is made by Austin Gurney. 1 out in the inning.
Center fielder number 7,
Here's Kenise Ijo. 0 for 1 with a walk. The Baycats without any switch hitters in the lineup tonight, I don't believe, but it'll be interesting to see the situation if it ever arose with Akatsuka and a switch hitter at the plate. And what is the rule for that? I think the pitcher gets to declare first which way
I believe so, yes.
Which way he's going to pitch, and then the batter can make the decision after that. But no, you're right. I'm not sure if we're going to see him switch up at all here in this game. This one to center field, a little more shallow than the last one. A long run in for Gurney, and it drops in front of him. Great effort by the Barnstormers center fielder.
You've seen a lot of those balls so far this year that just kind of die as they get towards the middle of center field there. We saw Spencer Moore, and now in right field for Chatham-Kent, make a great catch like that coming into the game for Gurney on Saturday afternoon. Gurney just not able to come up with that one, just came up a little bit short, and it gives the Baycats a great base runner at first base with 1 out.
Noel McGarry Doyle now for Barrie. Runner leads, first pitch. That's high and away.
Yeah, no switch hitters, as you were talking about, for the Baycats on their roster this year. It's really a commodity that a couple teams really start to key in on, but not the Baycats.
Runner goes, and it's fouled back to the screen. Baycats with a hit and run on.
Ijo had a great jump there, and it would have been potentially a bang-bang play with the great arm of Mitsuki Fukuda behind the plate. Ijo, one bag stolen, but he's also been caught once this year.
One on the count. McGarry Doyle, 2 for 2. Runner goes, and it's a line drive into center field. And with a runner in motion, Ijo will advance to third. And it puts runners on the corners. What a night for Noel McGarry Doyle.
I was having this thought in that last pitch, Ben, talking about the switch pitcher, Akatsuka, with a runner on first base. I'm not sure, especially with the left-handed hitter up, I'm curious why not, pitch left-handed. That way you're facing the runner at first base to try and, hold them onto the bag just that little bit more. You got to imagine maybe that hit and run doesn't happen if a left-hander's on the mound.
Well, that's definitely an interesting question. It would be interesting to see what the mindset is. One-run game here, so Maybe he's just deciding to stick with his stronger side here. Feels a little bit more confident or more power from the right side. Who knows? It'd be interesting to ask him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the splits available to me anymore from his last couple years in the IBL. The former Hamilton Cardinal, then came over to Chatham-Kent. Unfortunately, the splits aren't available anymore. But yeah, I know from watching Akatsuka across his time in this league, definitely much more dominant at that right side.
Called strike, 0-2 count. A little surprised here that maybe they didn't send Noel McGarry Doyle. Only one out in the inning. Could be an extra 90 feet of real estate for him here. Got the speedy Kinesijo at third, so that would reduce the risk of a throw down. 0-2 on the way, that one's low. Do you think of a reason why the Baycats wouldn't send Noel McGarry Doyle here? I mean, one-run game, you could get Ejo home and tie it up.
Especially if you want to stay out of a double play, would be smart. Figueroa did walk his last time, so you imagine he might be just as patient this time around.
Got your two fastest base runners out there.
Good lead for McGarry Doyle.
1-2 pitch, and it's fouled off. Figueroa tonight 0 for 1. He walked and scored in the third. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Probably won't go here because you want to stay out of that strike him out, throw him out double play. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Well, that was exactly what Akatsuka needed, a big strikeout. And there's 2 down.
Designated hitter number 27, Ryan Rio.
Ryan Rio now hit that monstrous 3-run shot. That 4-run third inning for the Baycats. That's a strikeout and a 3-run homer. 2 on for the Baycats with 2 out. First pitch is outside.
Thinking back to that last at bat with McGarry Doyle on first, imagine once that count maybe got to 2 strikes, he wasn't going to chance it. Like you mentioned, the possibility of a strike him out, throw him out double play was lingering. Also knowing who has on deck in Ryan Rio.
What a change up there by Akatsuka. Rio way out in front of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pretty good fastball to change up variance here.
That last bat by Rio, which is torpedo down, his first time getting it with the home run. He's using it again.
1-1 pitch on the way, and it's inside. 2-1.
Notice the bat here that Ryan Rio's using. It's one of those torpedo bats that was made popular last year, Jazz Chisholm and the Yankees. Ryan Rio really caught on to that early last year. That was the first home run he hit using one of those bats.
Fouls that one off. 2-2.
I know that he swears by the bats, having used them a lot in batting practice and such. He's got a couple other Baycats teammates to catch on and order some of their own.
Delivered his first home run of the season. Doesn't need a home run here. Just needs to put the ball in play, tie this game up, and he fouls it off. Count holds at 2-2. Right-handed hitting Francisco Hernandez is on deck. Ejo at third, McGarry Doyle at first, 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Rio's ready. So is Akatsuka. He delivers. Fouled again. What an at bat here by Ryan Rio.
And McGarry Doyle was off on the pitch there as well. You got to wonder if maybe a hit and run in play again. Much easier with 2 outs.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rio waggles the bat. Akatsuka with a pitch. Swing and a miss. So the Baycats strand 2, and they're unable to score in the bottom of the 4th. Julius on the mic to call innings 5 and 6 when we return. Baycats trail by a run here at Athletic Culture Stadium.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
What makes Jersey Mike's a sub above? Is it the premium meats and cheeses, sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie, a fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Top of the 5th inning at Athletic Culture Stadium. Julius Hern along with Ben Davy. Still a 7-6 lead for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers of the Barrie Baycats. Both teams held scoreless in the 4th after lighting up the scoreboard in the first third of this ball game. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third for Chatham, 2 in the first, 4 in the third for Barrie. Juan Benitez out for inning number 5. Yushin Oda to lead it off for the Barnstormers. Seems like Benitez really settled in after some early trouble. As a big swing and miss there from the Barnstormers' third baseman. 1-1. That one's inside. Saul Vasquez still warming up in the Barrie bullpen, even though he is the probable starter for Saturday in Welland. Meanwhile, it's Cattle and Moore and a left-hander up for the Barnstormers in their bullpen. 2-1 for Benitez in the dirt. Oda coming into this game with one of the best stat lines in the CBL offensively so far. A .286 average coming into today. .423 on base, .714 slugging. And he lines that one into right field for a leadoff base hit. It gets up on Figueroa and past him. Oda taking advantage. He's going to stroll into second, making the turn around. He'll stick around at second base. And it looks like that's going to be a single and the first error of the ball game for the Barrie Baycats.
First baseman number 27, Owen Constantino.
Actually, no, he's coming out right now. Stay where you are. Ready? Ready to take 2. Pitching. You can get tight on that pitching.
Tough luck there for Edgar Figueroa having that ball bound up on him. Catch him off guard as we get a mound visit here from Andrew White with Juan Benitez. And the entire Baycats infield going to come in for this one. As Vasquez watches patiently from the Baycats bullpen. Maybe this is opportunity for White to give Vasquez some time, but Vasquez not even throwing, just watching to see what happens. Owen Constantino, another RBI opportunity for him. He struck out both times he's faced Benitez. Second error of the season there for Edgar Figueroa. First pitch, Constantino swings and misses. A home run cut from the former Carleton Raven. Talked to him a little bit before the game. He mentioned how coming in from the OUA to the IBL last year, now the CBL, was a huge jump for him. The 0-1, he swings and misses again. Talked about how if he went from his junior college straight to, would have had an easier time, but still having a decent season, coming in tonight hitting over 304, getting on base above a 40% clip, but he struck out both times tonight. On the verge of another, the 0-2, Cyprian couldn't hold on. That might have been the difference between a called third strike and ball one. Had to look Oda back at second base. Oda's hit was the 10th for Chatham so far in this ball game. We're not even halfway through. Pitch from Benitez. Fouled away. High and out of play on the left side. Beautiful night at the ballpark here, and a decent crowd for Jersey night here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. And what a ball game they've watched so far. 7-6 Chatham. Nobody out here in the fifth. Another pop-up. This one's going to stay in play. A long way to go for Noel McGarry-Doyle, and he won't get there. It'll bounce into the Barnstormers bullpen. Another life here for Constantino. And you can see Ryan Rio there, the bug spray coming out in front of the Baycats dugout. Crowd getting behind Benitez yet again. Here's the 1-2. Line drive out towards left field. Will it stay in play? It will. It's a fair ball into the corner. McGarry-Doyle picks it up. Rounding third and headed for home is Oda. He scores. It's an RBI double for Owen Constantino. And put another on the board for Chatham-Kent. It's 8-6. And here comes Josh Matlow. Looks like that'll be the end of the line for Juan Benitez. Pitches 4 full innings into the fifth. Does not record an out in the frame. And cedes the floor to Saul Vasquez. Mexican left-hander. We'll introduce him in just a little bit. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. Welcome back. It's an 8-6 ball game in favor of the Barnstormers over the Baycats here in the 5th inning. New pitcher in the ball game is Mexican left-hander Saul Vasquez.
Vasquez comes in with ERA of 6.75, 17 strikeouts, 6 walks through 10 2/3 innings of work.
First pitch is fouled away by Thomas Green. And if you look at Vasquez's stat line, I don't think it does the way he's pitched justice, especially the ERA. He's pitched better than that ERA would signify. Really has been the defense that have kind of let him down in his couple outings so far this year. First relief outing in his CBL tenure as a first pitch or a strike taken there by Green. Vasquez was slated to start on Saturday against the Welland Jackfish on the road. Maybe plans change with this relief outing for him. And first of 4 games in 4 days for the Baycats. So bullpen availability is key for Barrie. Just outside on Green. Vasquez was expecting a 3-pitch strikeout there.
Yeah, a deep breath there as he looked skywards and really wanted that called third strike just off the plate. That one missed to Green.
Benitez allowed a single and an RBI double before getting taken out in this inning. So the runner on second, still the responsibility of Juan Benitez. A fly ball into the right center field gap, but running over is Figueroa. Attacking is Constantino. He'll get to third standing up. So still productive at bat there for Thomas Green, who flies out. And that's the first out of the 5th.
And an important first out for Saul Vasquez. Now you're facing Gurney and Kulture, but this bottom third of the order has been very tough for the Barnstormers so far this evening. Baycats have had trouble getting them out. 5 for 6 combined coming into this inning.
This is Austin Gurney. 2 for 2 so far, scored twice. This bottom of the Barnstormers order has done wonders for this team so far in this game. The infield in for Barrie as well. Long wait between pitches. First from Vasquez, it's up high.
I think these middle innings are going to be absolutely crucial for the Baycats as far as determining which way this score goes. They're still within 2 runs, a lot of baseball to go, but you want to make sure Chatham-Kent doesn't start to pile on the runs and make any sort of comeback unattainable.
1-0. Pops up, foul out of play beyond the Barnstormer dugout. It's also going to be crucial the way that Josh Matlow manages his pitching staff. I mentioned earlier that Vasquez was in the rotation for this stretch of games, and a couple days was slated to start, and we'll see how much that him getting an inning or 2 in this game changes those plans for Josh Matlow. 1-1. That one's off the glove of Cyprian to the backstop. Coming in is Constantino, sliding in safely. And Chatham-Kent adds another. It's 9-6.
Tough one for Cyprian. Really no chance with the speedy Owen Constantino streaking in from third base. And a big run for the Barnstormers now as it builds their lead back to within 3.
So Constantino scoring on the pass ball. It gives Saul Vasquez a bit of a clean slate here. Constantino, that run charged to Juan Benitez. So nobody on, 1 out. 2-1. Gurney takes it for a strike.
It was a tough night for Juan. The Barnstormers touched him for runs in all 3 of the first 3 innings of this game. He settled down nicely and was able to get a quick 3 up, 3 down 4th, but run out of this ball game early in the 5th.
2-2 pitch, fouled away.
Benitez also had a nice little string of 4 retired in a row, which included 3 strikeouts, which took him into the 3rd inning.
And the only 3 strikeouts he was able to pick up on the outing.
It was the middle part of the order, too.
11 hits and 9 runs charged to Juan Benitez in his second start of the year. 2-2 from Vasquez, holds a second. Called strike 3. Big strikeout for the Mexican left-hander, 2 down.
Well, you're right. Maybe having the bases empty and a clean slate, as you called it, although a costly one, as it cost them another run. But maybe that's what Vasquez needs, just to settle down and just attack the strike zone, not have anybody on base to worry about behind him. This number 9 hitter's been very dangerous for the Barnstormers tonight, needless to say.
Yeah, Lee Kulture, mentioned it earlier, how dangerous he's been. RBI single in the second, a 3-run home run in the third. Sees a first pitch just high and outside. Came into this game 0-7 through his first 5 games, and this game a different story for him compared to the rest of his season. He swings through that pitch. 1-1. One for Vasquez. Big whiff. Ball well outside the zone from Casera. It's 1-2.
I don't know why, but that outfield looks a lot darker than usual tonight. The lights are on full strength here, but you mentioned maybe some fog starting to roll in here in these middle innings.
Definitely a haze when you get further out towards the outfield, and even if you can see past the trees to some of the other diamonds here at the complex. Strike 3. Casera goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the frame for Saul Vasquez, but 2 more come across for the Barnstormers. They extend their lead to 9-6. Halfway through this one, we go to the bottom of the 5th here at Athletic Culture Stadium.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Ben Davy and Julius Hern here at Athletic Culture Stadium. Listening for One-Eyed Jack Barrie. Bring your same-day Baycats tickets before or after a game and get 10% off your bill.
Middle of the Baycats order here in the bottom of the 5th inning will be Francisco Hernandez to start it off against Mizuki Akatsuka. First pitch outside. Akatsuka, we saw him switch arms in warm-up, but again, he hasn't varied from sticking to the right side throughout this outing or even the one on Saturday afternoon.
He's getting that left arm ready, which would indicate maybe he's thinking about coming at it from that side at some point. We haven't seen him do so yet.
A bunt down the right side for Hernandez, and he's going to get there with a leadoff single.
Absolutely incredible bunt, and Hernandez with a nice job there, out of the box quickly, sort of a drag bunt, but he bunted that a lot harder than you would see in a typical bunt for a single situation. And ball had a lot on it, but it just perfectly placed it.
Knew he had to get it past the pitcher and saw how far back Evan Morrison was playing at second base and took advantage. And that's a big key base runner to start off this 5th inning for Barrie. They trail Chatham-Kent 9-6. Tying run on deck, but first here's Nolan Macabrota. Takes a first pitch strike. Macabrota grounded out in the second, singled in the third, but was put out on a fielder's choice.
That bunt by Hernandez on it. It was almost like a weakly hit ground ball.
Yeah, like a check swing kind of thing. Almost like he got it on the barrel. 0-1. Big cut and miss from Macabrota. Saw Francisco Hernandez stolen bases last time on. See if he can do the delayed steal again. But called strike 3 on Nolan Macabrota. He doesn't like the call. Slow to turn around back to the Barrie dugout. 1 down here for Chatham-Kent.
So 3 strikeouts for Akatsuka so far. And 3 of the last 4 have been retired via the strikeout.
Here's Adam Odd. Double play in order here for the Barnstormers. And a big swing and miss, a home run cut from Adam Odd on the first pitch.
He's been taking those swings all night, and we saw that on Saturday afternoon here as well. He knows it's just a matter of time before he's able to get a hold of one, but not having a lot of luck up there tonight, unfortunately, for Adam. Runner goes.
There's a fly ball out to left field. Hernandez having to hold up. It's drifting further back, and it's caught on the warning track by Lee Kucera. The throw cut off at second base. Hernandez back into first safely. That ball looked like it had a chance, but Hernandez, smart base running, holding up before he got to second base.
Yeah, Hernandez had a long way to come back because he was off with that pitch and got such a great jump. With a situation like that, deep fly ball, it's all or nothing, so you may as well start heading back just in case. There's no chance that ball was going to drop, as Kucera was right there for it if it stayed in the park.
Bit hard to see that Kucera was able to make that catch, but he did.
Having a hard time picking up the deep fly balls to both sides tonight. I'm not sure why.
It's almost like once the ball on its downward trajectory, it gets below the tree line. You can almost lose it a little bit there, as we saw there.
Often when we get the fog, it's very low lying. That's not the case tonight, though. It's up a little bit.
Another big swing and miss from Wandy Cyprian. He's down 0-2.
It's almost like smog level when we have the forest fires and that kind of smog. Yep. We've had those for the last couple of summers. But then we've had low-lying fog that's so low to the ground, you lose the ball when it's, rolling into the outfield.
The 0-2 pitch. That one just up and outside on Wandy Cyprian, who takes a brave take there to work the count 1-2.
Probably caught the outside part of the plate, but it was up near the shoulders, and Akatsuka wanted that call, just missed.
Akatsuka comes set quickly. He deals. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Great pitch from Akatsuka to retire Wandy Cyprian, get out of the 5th inning unscathed. Still a 3-run ball game. Chatham-Kent up 9-6 on Barrie. We go to the 6th inning here at Athletic Kulture Stadium.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
The juice is the best way to add zing to your Jersey Mike sub. Real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. And I like a lot of juice. Pour it on. Go ahead. Go on. I can take it.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
The 6th inning of play is brought to you by...
Top of the 6th inning, along with Ben Davy, I'm Julius Hern. 2nd inning of work here for Saul Vasquez. First in relief First time in relief this season.
At bat for Chatham-Kent.
And it's still a 3-run ball game in favor of the Barnstormers. And it's back to the top of the order, Spencer Morin to lead it off.
And Vasquez inherited a bit of a mess from Juan Benitez, who couldn't get out of the 5th inning. And once Thomas Green hit that sac fly, he seemed to settle down nicely with back-to-back strikeouts against the 8 and 9 hitters to get out of the inning.
And first pitch plunks Morin, who sprints down to first base.
Well, not what he wanted to do. He wanted to try to build on that momentum that he gained in the bottom of the top half of the 5th inning, his last inning out.
Second baseman number 44.
Now he's got runners to deal with again.
It's the final line here on Juan Benitez. 4 innings pitched, allowing 11 hits and 9 runs, 3 strikeouts.
We've got Cool Cat up here in the broadcast booth.
Shout out Cool Cat.
Cool Cat doesn't talk, so I can't really, do you want to come on the broadcast? What do you want to do here, Cool Cat? He just wants to sit next to me. It's nice. Yeah, very nice. Give Cool Cat a hug. There we go.
Flared foul.
Okay, that's enough.
This is the closest we've had Cool Cat up in the booth.
I know.
In a long time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming out.
Yeah, appreciate it. You could have brought some pizza up for us or something, but that's okay. Well,
no, you wouldn't want to get it all over your beautiful Tigers jersey.
That's right.
Popped up on a bunt, and it's going to be Wandy Cyprian making the call and a catch. That play obviously going awry there for Evan Morrison.
Yeah, you don't usually see those pop bunts end up in that position that Cyprian had to get to, but he didn't panic. He got to the right spot. Maybe Cool Cat really likes my Detroit Tigers jersey because it's a tiger and this is Cool Cat and there's, a little bit of a feline connection here.
Possibly.
I can't interview him. He doesn't talk. He's a mascot. Anyways.
On the ground could be 2. Francisco Hernandez to his brother over to first. No play. Too quickly, Mitsuki Fukuda getting down the line. It would have been awkward anyway for Brandon Hernandez, given where that ball was played there by Francisco Hernandez.
Yeah, the 2 Hernandez brothers were in very close proximity there, and he could have just stepped on the bag, really, but decided to make the flip to his defensive partner and brother.
So Fukuda reaching on the fielder's choice. They'll bring up Grayson Barrett. And he lines that one foul. Barrett, the big blast early on in this game, a 3-run home run in the first, but hitless since. Two outs. 0-1 from Vasquez. In there for strike. Did Cool Cat leave, or is he just out of my sight?
About 2 steps down from us, sitting on the steps here. So.
All right. Oh, I see him on the monitor now. There we go.
Cool Cat's a little more playful than usual.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'm not sure why.
Hey, I like that though. Love it when the mascots get into it a little bit. The 0-2 from Vasquez. That one low and away, and big secondary lead from Fukuda. Having to rush back.
1-2 count. I think Vasquez thought he might get that call from home plate umpire Adam DeCare. Strikeout here would be huge, obviously.
Here come the fans behind Vasquez. 1-2. Poked. That one is a fair ball. Just barely fair on the right side of the chalk. Fukuda getting the wave around third, deep into the corner. The throw in from McGarry Doyle. And that's the 10th run on the board for Chatham-Kent, an RBI double from Grayson Barrett.
We'll talk about a ball with some crazy spin on it. It was right down the line over the bag. And the third base umpire tonight, Ryan Hern, right there to make the call. It clearly was a fair ball. And then that ball ended up all the way in the corner down near the Barnstormers bullpen. So it had some English on it, but it was late English. And then the ball just went basically as far from Noel McGarry Doyle as possible. He had a long way to go to just get there.
Well, Hern was closer to second base, but even still an easy call for him from that vantage point. We could even see how clearly fair it was from up here, but some crazy English on that batted ball from Barrett. And it makes it a 4-run ball game Again, the 2-out hitting from Chatham-Kent has been impressive, to say the least.
No hesitation from Fukuda either with 2 outs in the inning. And that helped bring him around to score.
1-1 here on Yushin Oda. 2 for 3 so far. Singleton scored last inning off of Juan Benitez. 1-1. Popped foul out of play.
Barnstormers' biggest lead of the night was 7-2. They took that after 2.5 innings, and they're a run away from regaining that 5-run lead, their biggest of the night.
We've had one scoreless full inning, and that was the 4th. Since then, just Chatham-Kent being able to add on. The 1-2, swung on and miss. High breaking ball fools Oda, and that gets the Baycats out of the inning. But not before Chatham-Kent adds on one more, a big double by Grayson Barrett to score 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, a 4-run game. Barrie trying to come back.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Franz from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965. Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Bottom of the 6th inning at Athletic Kulture Stadium. It's brought to you by Pure and Simple, the better breakfast brand located at 521 Bayfield Street, just minutes from the stadium.
10-6 Chatham here in the bottom of the 6th inning, along with Davy and Julius Hern. 9-1-2 in the Baycats order, trying to make a comeback attempt yet again against this Barnstormers team at home. This time they're down 4.
Mike, Julius.
First pitch to Brandon Hernandez is fouled out of play. Ben, you have an out-of-town scoreboard update.
Yes, I do, and high scores are the name of the game around the CBL tonight. So 10-6 Chatham-Kent here at Jack Couch Park in Kitchener. It's 9-1 Cardinals over the Panthers. And the Welland Jackfish, after trailing 1-0 early on, now lead the Brantford Red Sox 9-1. So a pair of 9-1 scores, along with a 10-6 score here.
It's always only a matter of time for that Welland Jackfish offense to explode, even after a top of the first deficit they had against the Red Sox. Swing and a miss from Brandon Hernandez.
Both these teams will play Brantford next. So the Baycats are in Brantford tomorrow night at Arnold Anderson Stadium, and the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers are off tomorrow. They will host the Red Sox at Fergie Jenkins Field on Saturday.
1-2 from Akatsuka, fouled away by Hernandez. Chatham-Kent faced Brantford in between these two matchups with Barrie. That one a 5-4 loss. The Red Sox scoring in the top of the 9th inning to take the lead and shutting the Barnstormers down in the bottom of the 9th. And Chatham-Kent followed that up with a 9-0 loss against the London Majors. 1-2. That one's outside. 2-2 here on Hernandez. Cadiz Ejo on deck. 2-2 from Akatsuka. Another one popped out of play by Hernandez. He's put together a really nice at-bat here.
So tell me if this was on your 2026 bingo card. Baycats get off to a perfect 2-0 start against the defending champion Welland Jackfish, yet they have not had a lead against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers through 15 innings so far through a game and a half. How odd is that?
Very odd. I would not have expected that. 2-2. Popped up again, and it will drift out of play further down the left side.
These Barnstormers have played very well against the Baycats, not just this season, but even last year, especially on the road, when Baycats were on the road.
Well, you think back to this game and the Saturday afternoon, Chatham-Kent scoring in the top of the first inning both times. Barrie hasn't batted even in a tie game, as Hernandez finally strikes out well ahead of an off-speed pitch from Akatsuka.
So that's interesting. They've trailed every inning at some point in each inning through 15 innings. This would be 16 if they're down by 4 runs. So it's really strange for one team to have another team's number. And again, it's a small sample size, but the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers wouldn't necessarily be the one team that you would expect the Baycats to have so many troubles against.
Chatham-Kent's just played Barrie very well early on this year. First pitch to Kenise Ijo has popped foul out of play. I was trying to allude to this point earlier, and I think I might have got cut off, but you think back to now this being the 3rd season of the Barnstormers franchise. This year, last year, and the year before that, these two teams have played in close games almost every time they've faced each other. And I would include the 2 games this year as well. 0-1. Big cut and miss fastball from Akatsuka.
Well, it seems to me, just off the top of my head, I'd have to go back and look at the head-to-head records and everything, but that the Baycats have a lot of trouble at Fergie Jenkins Field. And when the Barnstormers come here, they're close games. I mean, we had a really close one here on Saturday afternoon. This one, who knows? 10-6, still a lot of baseball to go, but
that one outside.
Baycats don't seem to get convincing wins over the Barnstormers when they do beat them.
Now, thinking back to last year in Chatham, it was a late surge with a home run by Nolan Macabroda that got them the win in that first game of that 3-game set, and then a doubleheader. Baycats lost both of them to Chatham.
Yeah, and they were there for 3 games again later this month, I believe, so they got a full weekend.
And just next weekend. This is the first 4 games in 4 days for Barrie. First in, if you include the game on Tuesday in Guelph, that will be 5 games in 6 days. Then 2 days off before that 3-game road trip in Chatham. 2-2. Poked on the right side, foul.
So the Baycats and the Jackfish top of the standings, 5-2 records. And the 2 losses Welland has are against Barrie. So that's interesting.
And both of them have been in extra innings.
Yep. That's going to be a great battle as the season unfolds.
It almost always feels inevitable that it's those teams at or close to the end. 2-2. Called strike 3. Ijo doesn't like the call. Few words for home plate umpire Adam DeCare on his way back to the Barrie dugout. That's 2 down for Akatsuka, and now 3 straight strikeouts.
Yeah, Ijo thought that was off the plate and really could have gone either way. Tough one to take that with 2 strikes. The call does not go his way. Baycats need to get some base runners here, and it'll come to McGarry Doyle now with 2 away.
2 2/3 so far for Akatsuka. He struck out 6. 2 in each frame he's worked. Looking to strike out the side here, it's Noel McGarry Doyle. Fouls it out of play again.
Trying for 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. And he's pitched exclusively from the right side.
That one well inside, close to the ankles of McGarry Doyle.
It's possible that, even being a switch pitcher, maybe that the whole switch pitching thing isn't really much of an advantage for him. And if one side is working or the other, maybe he just rolls with that.
1-1. There's a line drive in the left center field. It will get down for a base hit. 2-out knock for Noel McGarry Doyle. He's 4 for 4.
Yeah, he has had a ball game tonight. At least one more at bat to go in this game for him as well. But 3 singles, a home run, 3 RBIs. He scored twice. Outstanding night at the plate for the left fielder.
Left-handers up in both bullpens. In Chatham-Kent, they've got Catalin Morin up still. He's been throwing for the last couple half innings or so. And Braden Pakula warming up in the Baycats bullpen. First pitch to Edgar Figueroa is called a strike.
I've mentioned several times this year, I really like the idea of the lefty-righty tandem in the middle innings for the Baycat bullpen, Braden Pakula and Brady Encarnacion, and having those 2 arms from either side, giving you some matchup possibilities in the middle innings, something the Baycats really lacked last season, at least on a consistent basis.
You got to imagine if it's Pakula after Vasquez, then Encarnacion could follow, and we'll have to see from there depending on how close this game turns out to be. Another called strike on Figueroa.
Yeah, another one there that I think Figueroa thought was high and outside. He saw him motion with his hand there. I think he's saying that pitch was up near my eyes. Could have been outside too.
Akatsuka looks over at McGarry Doyle. Decent lead for him, doesn't go, and the pitch in the dirt. McGarry Doyle sticking around at first base.
Baycats want base runners, but this strike zone tonight is not getting any smaller, that's for sure.
They fouled a lot of pitches off this inning. Think back to the at-bat by Brandon Hernandez. McGarry Doyle really worked to count before getting on base here. 2-2 to Figueroa, called strike 3. Easy call for home plate umpire Adam DeCare as Mizuki Akatsuka strikes out the side. Barrie leaves 1. They trail by 4. As we go to the 7th inning, Ben Davy back in the mic to call the rest of this one for you here at Athletic Culture Stadium.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. At Park Place, the latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
What makes Jersey Mike's a sub above? Is it the premium meats and cheeses, sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you in the dark.
And we go to the top of the 7th inning here at Athletic Culture Stadium with Julius Hern. I'm Ben Davy. It's the Barnstormers and the Baycats for the second time in less than a week. And the Barnstormers looking to make it 2-0 with a 10-6 lead. And you see Jenna, our in-game host. She's got the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Jersey on. That's her choice tonight here on Jersey Nights, sponsored by Jersey Mike's. And it's been a fun evening seeing all the ballpark jerseys around the stadium here.
She did tell me, talking to Jenna before the game, she did tell me she does have a Austin Matthews jersey, Maple Leafs jersey ready to go. Should it get chillier. So she does have a couple options.
Josh Matlow out for a chat with home plate umpire Adam DeCare.
Yeah, you got to wonder what this is about. Pakula just trying to come into the game.
Not sure if he's discussing warm-up tosses or what it might be. Maybe he's using it as an opportunity to discuss the strike zone.
Interesting. I'm not really sure what Matlow's trying to get at here. It does seem like an oddly timed discussion.
Well, there were some frustrations over the balls and strikes when the Baycats were at the plate. And the manager does not seem too satisfied with whatever explanation he was given regarding his concern. We'll see if we can find out for you.
Nonetheless, on Braden Packla, this is going to be his 4th outing of the year. He last pitched in the Baycats' previous game here against Chatham-Kent, an inning pitched. He struck out 1, walked 1, faced 4 batters. But he's pitched 3 scoreless innings so far this year in 3 appearances. Don't usually see him this early in a ball game, but we mentioned earlier how he could be kind of paired up with Brady Encarnacion, a right-hander, down the stretch here for Barrie as they work out their relief options in a heavy stretch of baseball. So, we wonder if Packla is going to be a 1 or 2 inning guy tonight.
The 7th inning of play is brought to you by Wild Wing Barrie. Go ahead, Baycats, get wild.
So Packla comes into the game, and leading it off for Chatham-Kent is going to be first baseman Owen Cosentino. Well, you mentioned in the last half inning, and now, Packla is just going to get a glove switch. It looked like he was leaving the game.
That might have been the discussion there.
So an equipment change. Let's see if we can get an update from our dugout reporter, ATN.
So the official ruling there, I got to speak down to Josh Matlow, and apparently the ruling on that is that a white or gray glove is not allowed in play. Full stop, end of story. So had to get that equipment swap as soon as possible. And that's all I got. Back to you, Ben.
All right, thank you, ATN. I didn't even realize glove color was an issue, but I guess you learn something every night at the ballpark.
You see it a couple times in Major League Baseball. I haven't seen it quite in the CBL or the IBL previous to this year.
I didn't even know Major League Baseball had rules on glove colors.
You see it here and there. You typically see it when a reliever comes in. They have a white glove that they like to use a lot when they're warming up. Don't necessarily realize that they still have it as they come into the game, and not realizing that it could be an issue.
With a pitcher, it does make sense if give them an opportunity to hide the baseball a little easier. A little brushback pitch there to Cosentino. So I can understand that. Not sure how much of an advantage it is, but 2 balls, 2 strikes. Packla, the left-hander, kicks, delivers. Fouled back.
Constantino was the last batter to face Juan Benitez. Had the RBI double his last time up. Previous to that, struck out twice.
That really built this Barnstormer lead. High pop-up now to left field. And McGarry Doyle has to come in now, makes the catch. That ball not hit quite as far as he initially thought, but he got in position, 1 away.
Number 5, Thomas Green.
Here comes Thomas Green, who's had a productive night at the plate. Advanced a runner, singled and scored, along with a flyout. Baycats trailed 7-2 tonight after 2.5 innings. Sticking around, not an unsurmountable lead by any stretch. 10-6 here in the top of the 7th inning, but the Baycats have trailed right from the get-go. It was not a good night for Baycats starter Juan Benitez, who fell behind early. 3-run homer by Grayson Barrett put the Baycats in a deficit with 1 out in the 1st inning. Called strike.
Yeah, Benitez mentioned earlier his final line: 4 innings, allowed 11 hits, 9 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Meanwhile, Saul Vasquez in relief, 2 innings, struck out 3, allowed 1 run.
Foul back to the that it kind of was where he had retired 4 straight, including 3 strikeouts, heading into the top of the 3rd inning. And then he had a 3-up, 3-down 4th before he got into trouble in the 5th. So
it seemed like that 4th inning he was really turning the tide, but the 5th inning came back to bite him.
A little off-speed pitch, and it's a high fly ball to center field. Long way for Ejo. Back near the track, makes the catch. 2 down, couple of deep fly balls off Braden Packla. 1 to left, 1 to center. Here's Austin Gurney.
Center fielder, number 10.
Packla has yet to allow an earned run here in 2026. 3 2/3 now for him. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Austin Gurney tonight, 2 for 3. We mentioned this bottom of the Barnstormer order, 7, 8, 9, getting it done. They've accounted for 4 of the 10 runs here tonight. Here's the pitch. And it's low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Called strike. Tried to check his swing, but it's a called strike anyways.
Gurney was hitting really well off Benitez, 2 for 2, but when Vasquez came in, the strikeout victim.
To short, Hernandez plants, throws. It's in time for the out. And that'll do it. A 3 up, 3 down, 7th for Braden Pakala. Baycats coming to bat in the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 4. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from Hern and Barrie Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Seventh inning of play is brought to you by Wild Wing Barrie. Go ahead, Baycats, get wild.
The Baycats designated hitter number 27, Ryan Rio.
Putting his first home run of the season, which came in the 3rd inning, and he'll try to get things going here for Baycats in the bottom of the inning under 7. Ryan Rio. Francisco Hernandez, Nolan Macabrota batting for Barrie here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and now time is called.
Before a pitch is thrown, don't often see that from anyone, let alone Ryan Rio.
Suzuki Akatsuka kicks and delivers. First pitch foul. Baycats will play their first Sunday night game of the year this weekend. Guelph Royals will be in town, and it's a 6:08 first pitch. First of 2 Sunday games here for the Baycats at Athletic Kulture Stadium. The other will be on the Civic Holiday Long Weekend, August 2nd. It'll be a 6:08 game against the Welland Jackfish. Very busy weekend for Barrie. 2 games at home, 2 games on the road. They're in Brantford, as mentioned, tomorrow night, and then Welland it's Saturday. So another game against the Jackfish early on here.
And those games, whether it's in Welland or it's here, Jackfish Baycats games are always must-watch TV.
And now Akatsuka steps off. Rio's ready with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Akatsuka, and it's lifted foul left side. Ryan Rio's 3-run homer in the 3rd inning. Getting things going for the Baycats. Here's the pitch, and it's driven to right center field. A long way to go, and it'll drop and go all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Rio. He rounds first into second. He's in with a double. Baycats get the leadoff man aboard here in the 7th.
Perfect start to the inning for the Baycats, and Rio, who had a huge 3-run home run earlier in this game, splits the gap in right center field. A leadoff double for Barrie to really get things going for the middle of the order. And you got to wonder, in this stage of the game, I know it's bottom of the 7th, not bottom of the 9th, but for Josh Matlow, are you thinking about maybe a pinch runner here?
Well, there was a point in the game here on Saturday afternoon, where Rio was on base late in the game, and I thought maybe that would be a pinch running situation. Matlow left him in, expecting maybe another at-bat later in the game, and certainly if Ryan Rio's heating up, you don't want to take his bat out of the lineup if you're going to need it later on.
I know that sentiment with potential pinch running situation on Saturday was shared by many after the game, especially in retrospect.
Fastball called for a strike right over the plate. Fans thought it was up a little bit. Looked to be at the letters. 0-2 the count.
Obviously
Hernandez.
Obviously the difference with Saturday and now, it's a 4-run game tonight compared to just a 1-run game on Saturday. But the Baycats need something to go right. They haven't scored since the third inning, and that was on Rio's 3-run home run.
Hernandez keeping the at-bat alive. Bit of a defensive swing there just to get a different pitch to look at. As he fouls that one off, keeps the count 0-2. Akatsuka at the belt. Looks at the runner, kick, steals, and it's hit on the ground to second. Underhand toss in time. Runner advances, 1 out in the inning.
And that's key for Barrie. Works just as good as a bunt, as I mentioned earlier, with a similar at-bat result from Kenise Ejo. Gives Barrie something to look forward to just 90 feet away.
Macabrota to the plate now. A single, a strikeout, and a ground out tonight for Big Mac. Here's the pitch. Down the line, foul. Baycats with some fun and exciting theme nights coming up as well. We've got Latino Night coming up here on June 18th against Toronto. Tropical and Afro Nights. We did that last year. That was a great evening. And then our Pack the Park night is going to be July 16th against Toronto. Boy, we had some big crowds for the Pack the Park games. I think we had 2 of them last year.
It's always, tell your friends and stuff like that. The Pack the Park is always some of the biggest nights of the year for the Baycats crowd-wise.
Military Night coming up on July 23rd, and an opportunity for us to salute our men and women in uniform. And then I think this might be the favorite night of all among most of our fans here, Country Night. It's coming up on July 30th, and the players get into that too with the BP Country
Absolutely.
Get up. Cowboy boots and the hats and the denim vests and everything else.
Yeah, it's always a favorite, not just of some of the fans here, but definitely the players.
You get into Country Night too, I notice.
Yeah. I was already, you can laugh at me if you want, I was already thinking about what I'm going to wear on Country Night like a couple days ago.
I don't doubt it. You are definitely more of a country boy than I am. I'm starting to get into country now.
Cool.
For various reasons, but it's never been my favorite genre of music. This one off the glove of Morrison. It's going to be a base hit, and Ryan Rio will score.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough play for Morrison no matter what. It was in the middle of a dive trying to get after that ball when it went off his arm into right field. And for Barrie, that's going to be a huge boost. That puts the tying run on deck.
Adam Odd to the plate, and boy, he is due tonight, 0 for 3. Odd off to a great start here in 2026, hitting .333 through 5 games, but unable to do anything tonight.
He's played 5 games so far this season. He's had hits in every game, but that streak in jeopardy tonight if he's not able to get something done either this inning or if he gets up again. I'm seeing Hayden Jaco on deck, what could be his first appearance of the season.
Wandy Cyprian with the scheduled plate appearance to follow. So Odd with a ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out. Would love a base hit here to get something going for the Baycats. 1 out in the inning. Nolan Macabrota at first. It's a 10-7 game. Fouled off. Keeping a close eye on Hayden Jaco's Instagram page as we've been awaiting his return here in Barrie, and he's been out west and back in Barrie here tonight for this game. And he's been posting a lot about pitching and really excited about getting back on the mound for the Baycats.
Absolutely. Looks like he's, in the mindset of trying to be a two-way player for this team full time.
They can certainly use that. Swing and a miss by Odd. Second strikeout of the game for the Baycats third baseman. And here comes Hayden Jaco. He's going to get a nice hand from the crowd as he's announced.
Catcher number 55, Hayden Jaco.
So welcome back to Barrie, Hayden Jaco, as he will pinch hit for Wandy Cyprian in the number 8 spot here for the Baycats. Well, Jaco pitched the decisive game of the IBL Championship Series in Welland. The Baycats were in a position where they needed to get somebody out there to start the game, and it was a situation he had to get ready in a hurry, finding out at the last minute that he would be starting that game. Takes the first pitch. It's a called strike.
Yeah, first plate appearance of the year for Jaco, and was living full time out in his home province of British Columbia, and finally makes the trip over to Ontario for some CBL action.
Nolan Macabrota at first. That pitch is down low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You got to imagine that, Josh Matt will need a spark in the bottom of this lineup. 1 for 10 so far, the bottom third so far in this game. Needing to climb back in a hurry.
That one, Brandon Hernandez, who singled and scored in the third. Baycats scored 4 that inning. Their biggest inning of the night.
Jaco hit .250 last year through 7 games. Couple doubles.
1-2 on the way. And it's lifted over first into right field. Base hit. Macabrota to third. And he's in without a throw. So Hayden Jaco with a hit in his first at bat, returning to Barrie. Runners on the corners. Brandon Hernandez, the potential tying run at the plate.
If you're Josh Matlow, you got to be really happy with that result. Jaco almost coming in fresh. He was with the team all day through batting practice, but getting thrust into action in a hurry in a key situation. And you mentioned it, Ben. Now the tying run at the plate.
Akatsuka with runners on the corners, 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Here's the first pitch, swing and a miss. Hernandez couldn't connect, 0-1.
Well, Hernandez got his only hit of the game off of the starter, Thibaut Mercadier. Since then, 0-for-2 with a strikeout against Akatsuka.
Hernandez wants a moment as he steps out and calls time. Switch pitcher Mizuki Akatsuka, who has thrown exclusively right-handed in this outing. With the 0-1 pitch, fouled off, and now he's a strike away from getting out of this with minimal damage. This inning started with a double off the bat of Ryan Rio. Nolan Macabrota brought him home with an RBI single. It's been a high-scoring affair this evening, back and forth, and the Baycats would love to put up a big number here in this bottom of the 7th. Akatsuka to Hernandez with the 0-2. Good take, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Very close take from Brandon Hernandez there, and that pitch just outside.
Canisijo looks like he's dialed in on the on-deck circle, but a swing and a miss by Brandon Hernandez, and he'll have to lead off the 8th. So the Baycats get 1, and they make it a 10-7 game as we go to the top of the 8th inning here at Athletic Culture Stadium.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run. Sile Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
The juice is the best way to add zing to your Jersey Mike sub. Real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. And I like a lot of juice. Pour it on. Go ahead. Go on. I can take it.
Your signed Baycats jersey at the merchandise booth.
Welcome back. It's the top of the 8th inning. Let's take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Both other games in the CBL have gone final this evening. It's a 12-5 road win for the Hamilton Cardinals over the Kitchener Panthers. And the Welland Jackfish, we mentioned earlier, they were down 1-0 early on in that game. They win that one at home over Brantford 15-2.
Baycat dugout looking really loose and relaxed despite down by 3 runs. 6 outs to work with here. Go to the top of the 8th inning. Braden Pakala out for his second inning of work. On in relief of Saul Vasquez, who took over for Juan Benitez, the pitcher of record here tonight for the Baycats. Barrie has never led in this game.
I believe Benitez would still be the pitcher of record in this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pakala, the glove up high, kicks, delivers. Just missed. And it's a 3-0 count.
This would be the first multi-inning outing for Pakala this year. I think, you mentioned the Baycats dugout still looking rather loose. I'm not sure if they're thinking that this 3-run deficit is much to really think about.
4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter.
Meanwhile, it is Tyler Plumpton now catching behind the dish. He came in after Hayden Jaco pinch hit for Wandy Cyprian last half inning. So Plumpton, the defensive replacement.
Pakala with a 3-up, 3-down 7th, walks the leadoff man here in the 8th. And it's back to the top of the order for Spencer Morin. Kulture with speed, does not go, and he lays down a bunt down the line, gloved by Odd, running throw. It's in time for the out. What an athletic play by Adam Odd at third, charging that weekly hit bunt. Runner advances.
Odd played that perfectly and did a nice job taking that ball with the bare hand. It looked like it might have been Tyler Plumpton's ball, how close he was to it as well. But Odd with a great throw on the run to cut down Morin. However, the Barnstormers threatening now another runner in scoring position here.
So Odd is happy. Morin is happy. He did his job. Kulture is happy. He's at second base. And they're just going to go ahead and put Morrison on. So the intentional walk.
Catcher number 45.
And Mitsuki Fukuda will come to the plate here with 2 on and 1 out.
Morrison is the guy to walk in this situation. He comes in, batting champion last year. He's already 2 for 4 in this game with a double, and a guy you don't want to risk beating you to put this game further out of reach.
Sets up the double play as well. When you look at the Baycat dugout, everybody out of the dugout leaning on that railing on the top step. It definitely looks like a positive mindset in that dugout right now, despite the frustrations against this team that has had their number so far this season. As we mentioned, they have not led against the Barnstormers so far this season through 2 matchups, and as you pointed out, have actually trailed every inning.
Yeah, it seems like they're not paying too much mind to a 3-run deficit. They're confident that they, with 6 outs to work with, they can overcome that.
0-2 pitch, change up, and Plumpton snaring that one. I'm not sure if they got crossed up a little bit, but it didn't look like that was where he expected it.
Yeah, definitely not. He really had to, leap out of the crouch to catch that ball, and don't usually see that kind of reaction from Tyler Plumpton.
Pakala really pulled the string on that pitch. Here's the 1-2 now, and it's hit down the right side, foul.
This is the first appearance of the season, defensively or offensively, for Tyler Plumpton.
Good to see him back, and he's been a Baycat for a long time. Christian Pouliot-Genesar has gotten 4 games in as well. Called strike 3. Perfectly placed pitch by Braden Pakala Fukuda. Back to the dugout, 2 away.
If Fukuda's going to go down, he has scored 2 runs today, but one of 2 hitters in this Barnstormers lineup to go hitless in this game so far. But, Grayson Barrett right after him has had one heck of a ball game.
First pitch to Barrett, called strike. So a lefty-lefty matchup here for Pakala against the left-handed hitting designated hitter. 0-1, 2 out. 2 on for the Barnstormers and a chance to add to a 10-7 lead. Swing and a miss. Barrett couldn't hold up. It's 0-2, and now Pakala a strike away from getting out of this inning.
What a job this would be from Pakala. Get out of this inning, leaving 2 on.
It would be his 5th shutout inning of work if he can do it. So far this season in 2026, 3 shutout innings coming in. He's working on 1 2/3 here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the crowd. Pakala kicks, delivers, fouled off. Good at bat by Barrett here.
There's no one throwing in that Baycats bullpen either. So this one all on the lefty.
1-2. Pakala to Barrett. And it just missed. Fans holding their breath, thinking maybe Adam DeCare was going to ring him up. He didn't. It's a 2-2 count.
And that one drifted just off the plate.
Kucera at second, Morrison at first, 0-2, 2 out. Here's the pitch from Pakala, and it's a high fly ball to center field. Ejo with a long way to go, back at the wall, makes the catch! And that will do it. And a collective sigh of relief from this crowd here at Athletic Culture Stadium with the Barnstormers stranding 2. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Barrie down by 3. Here at Athletic Culture Stadium in Springwater.
Introducing Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965. Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Eighth inning of play is brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
10-7 game here, eighth inning. Barrie coming to bat. Just looking to hang tough here with the Barnstormers, who have been a formidable opponent through 2 games. And a new pitcher for the Barnstormers.
Yeah, it's Costa Carica, got the save here on Saturday afternoon. This will be his 4th appearance of the year, going for now a 6-out save. Got a 4-out save on Saturday. Really seems to be fitting in as the closer for Dom Donnell and his pitching staff. 4 and a third innings so far collectively this year, an 0-1 record. The 1 save, as I mentioned, allowed just 3 earned runs. But he's struck out 7, walked 3.
Hard hit ball right to first, and it's right into the glove of Owen Constantino. One away. Well, this game started with a Frenchman, and maybe it'll end with a Finn. Here's Noel McGarry-Doyle.
Yeah, I mentioned how tough it might be here for Carica to get a 6-out save, especially coming out. You know, the first batters he's going to face is the top of this Baycats order right from the start. And Noel McGarry-Doyle, this man here, is already 4 for 4.
Called strike on the inside part of the plate. A home run and 3 singles. He has scored twice. He has driven in 3. About as productive a night as you can get through 4 at-bats. Baycats with 5 outs to work with now. Edgar Figueroa on deck. Pitch from Carica. Outside and upstairs. 2-1.
And still nobody up in the Barrie bullpen either, so could be a 3-inning outing for Braden Pakla, especially with Josh Matlow trying to limit his innings for his high-leverage relievers.
Well, this is a well-rested bullpen, we can say that, because this team hasn't played since Saturday, so they've had all the time in the world to get those arms rested. Pakala has yet to allow an earned run this season, so they appeal to see if he wins, and they say he did.
I can't believe that call. I'm not going to lie with you, man. It didn't even look like McGarry-Doyle's hips took a twist around.
It's been a generous strike zone with 2 strikes this evening. I think that's safe to say. And now McGarry-Doyle there trying to check his swing. Looked like he did, but not in the opinion of the third base umpire. Lifted foul.
Have you seen those ACS checks in AAA baseball?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so they can now check the check swings on guy. They can challenge check swings in AAA.
How do you feel about that?
I have no idea how it works. It looks really, really different to what the understanding I ever had of a check swing was.
Well, check swings are very subjective. You think the strike zone is subjective.
Yeah,
the check swing is really a matter of judgment and opinion.
Yeah, exactly. But if you have a chance to check it out, it'll blow your mind.
On the ground to second, a high hop! It's over Evan Morrison and into center field. Well, maybe that was the bounce the Baycats needed.
I was just about to say that, especially with 2 outs here, bringing up Ryan Rio, a guy who's had a couple big hits tonight. tying run still on deck for Barrie, but if Rio can get on.
You know, we haven't had too many quirky hops here at Athletic Culture Stadium this year, and you don't see them very often, but that one clearly just hit the lip of the grass and took a crazy bounce over Evan Morrison. And that one hits Rio in the bottom of the leg. Not at all what Constant Karika wanted to do here. A bad hop base hit and a hit batter. And you can't say the Baycats haven't had their chances. 2 aboard now. Here's Francisco Hernandez.
It's back on that. You're talking about that crazy hop there on Evan Morrison. Off the bat of Edgar Figueroa, mind you, who I don't think you were in the booth for this when I was calling the 5th inning. But one, got up on him in right field. So it's kind of it comes full circle here for the Baycats, and they're the beneficiary here in the 8th inning.
What goes around seems to come around in baseball, doesn't it?
It's crazy how it always works out that way.
Canisijo had a home run ball that basically went off of his glove and over the fence, and followed that up with a base hit and a walk tonight. And a nice catch later on in the game as well.
Yeah, the catch he made at the end, the top of the 8th inning was very impressive, almost over the shoulder, right in front of the wall out in center field.
Inside. Karika starting to struggle a little bit now on the mound after getting 2 quick outs. Ejo and McGarry Doyle. He's got 2 base runners on now behind him here in the 8th inning. 10-7, tying run at the plate. Pitch to Francisco Hernandez. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to third, and it's off the glove of Ona! It goes into left field, and here comes Figueroa to make it a 10-8 ball game.
Home plate umpire Adam DeCare called time, and he's going to put the runners back. He's going to call he's going to call Figueroa back to third, and Josh Matlow gone.
Matlow will get his money's worth here. You can rest assured on that. And that call shocking everybody here at the ballpark. I don't think anybody heard time call.
The only thing I can think of would be batter's interference. But again, nobody heard the time call from home plate umpire Adam DeCare.
We'll get an explanation in a moment. Etienne, our dugout reporter, who's done such a great job for us the last couple of games, is going to find out exactly what the call was. Josh Matlow rips off his hat.
We're waiting for
Has a message for his own dugout as he walks back. And Matlow's already been tossed, but he's going back to get some more words in, and I think the umpires just want to get him off the field as quickly as possible.
Catcher's arm hit the umpire and he lost vision, so they called time. That's what the call was.
Catcher Mitsuki Fukuda kind of rubbing his arm a little bit, and leads me to believe that maybe his arm made contact with the umpire or with Hernandez on that throw down.
Potentially.
It was not a good throw. Figueroa would have had third. The base runners are staying where they are for now, and the umpire's telling them to go back, and they're not. Figueroa just refuses to listen. He's just standing at third. And
now Brad Grieveson having a chat with Ryan Herron.
Rio is on his way back to first. Figueroa not so convinced. He doesn't want to leave. And now he very slowly meanders about halfway to second and has a quick word with shortstop Thomas Green. This is very interesting. Seems to be amicable.
Yeah. And this delay is not going to help Francisco Hernandez any in trying to step back in against Karika with 2 strikes.
Well, it could work against Karika as well. That's what I'm thinking. So it's a 1-2 count to Hernandez. Let's see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 out. Fouled away over near the inflatables. Heads up. Those kids, boy, oh boy, came really close to a little group of kids that were just sort of just sort of meandering around there. Everybody's okay, fortunately. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Karika delivers. Fouled again. High towards the Baycat bullpen. Let's get a quick dugout report here from Etienne.
Got a chance to once again speak to Josh Matlow. The official call on that play was the catcher's fingers got caught in the umpire's mask, and through that was deemed interference on the umpire, so moved everyone back on that play.
And a swing and a miss by Francisco Hernandez. So Karika gets the 3rd out of the 8th. And this crowd is livid. This is the most emotional we've heard this crowd here at Athletic Culture Stadium this season. Barnstormers lead 10-7. We go to the 9th. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round. Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you there. What makes Jersey Mike's a sub above? Is it the premium meats and cheeses, sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Ben Davy and Julius Hern at Athletic Culture Stadium. Baycats trail 10-7. We go to the 9th. Braden Pakala out for another inning of work for the Baycats.
He's scoreless to this point so far this season, and it's been his first multi-inning outing so far. I'm trying to keep it that way.
Yoshinoda to the plate to lead it off here on the top of the 9th. First pitch from Pakala. And that one missed low and in. So we have at least one new viewer to the broadcast, and that's Baycats manager Josh Matlow watching from his office right now. Hello, Josh. Ejected after arguing that call at 3rd, and a good job by Etienne to let us know that the official calling on the field was that the umpire interfered with the catcher trying to make the throw down. So that being the case, the runner's directed to return, and it's a dead play.
Yeah, essentially a dead ball in that scenario, and it was the right call just for the Baycats and their attempt to try and come back in this game, that being a great opportunity with 2 on and 2 out, just ill-timed.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I think Josh Matlow might have been trying to convince the umpires that Figueroa had that base stolen, whether it was a perfect throw or not, and hoping to maybe turn it into a judgment call and at least allow the runner to stay at 3rd, but clearly overruled, and an animated conversation ensued. Really fired up the Baycat dugout, though, and certainly this crowd, which made about as much noise as we've heard as far as intensity of emotions during a game.
Yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot of jeering like that from the Baycats faithful here at Athletic Culture Stadium so far this year.
0-1 the count. Here's the pitch inside.
So now Brad Grieveson, you say the acting manager now?
Yeah, a chance to manage his own pitchers. How about that?
Yeah.
He's from pitching coach to manager. Congratulations on the promotion, Brad. It'll only last for about a couple innings, but unless this one goes extras tonight, it probably will the way this game has gone. Baycat fans would love to see a walk-off win. It would be their 3rd this year. Well, they got some work to do in the bottom half. Right now, Pakala trying to get through The next 2 outs. There's a pitch. Called strike 3! Back-to-back strikeouts for Braden Pakala. Constantino not happy with that call. And here comes Thomas Green.
Third time Constantino's gone down on strikes today. It's 1 for 5.
Excuse me, shortstop number 5, Thomas Green.
You think about Brad Grieveson now being the acting manager, at least for the remainder of this ball game, technically a player manager.
That's true. He can put himself in the game. A pop-up, foul territory, Macabrota over, he makes the catch! What a catch by Nolan Macabrota. Or did he drop it? Oh, he dropped it. We lost sight of it. There's a bunch of fans standing down that line. I think it was in his glove, but a great effort.
It definitely looked like he made the catch, and what a great effort right by the rail on that right side. You don't often see catches in this ballpark, that close to the boundary. But he made a great effort.
One ball, one strike to Thomas Green. Green has reached base once, singled and scored in the third. Here's the pitch. To short. And it's off the glove of Hernandez. That ball hit on a rope, kind of froze him. Wasn't able to glove it. It's into left field for a base hit.
Center fielder number 10, Austin Gurney.
Looks like that's going to go down as E6. So another error on Brandon Hernandez. Second error for the Baycats in this game. An unfortunate way for this inning to continue for Braden Pakala.
Hernandez not even really able to get in front of that ball. He just sort of reached for it with his glove and hoped, and not able to make a play.
Well, I think he thought it was going to be a line drive, but it didn't stay up as long as he hoped.
Runner goes. Here's the throw from Plumpton, not in time. Ball squirts away. Gurney will stay at second. Well, we know Josh Matlow watches all the broadcasts after the game, but I wonder what it's like for him right now sitting in his office watching it live.
I remember, was it last year or the year before, he was suspended for a brief stretch, and he said it was weird watching from upstairs.
Is he allowed to come up here and sit with us after getting ejected?
He did. No, it wasn't after an ejection, but it was like during a game that he was serving a suspension.
That was a suspension, right? But for an ejection, I wonder if the manager's allowed to come up and sit with the fans.
Well, he's technically our executive producer, so I'm sure he could.
He's in charge of everything. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pakala, big pitch coming up. Here it comes. And it's outside. Boy, what pitching by Braden Pakala here tonight. Keeping that shutout streak intact.
That was the third error of the season, by the way, for Brandon Hernandez.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Gurney. Runner goes, and it's fouled. Green was in motion with that pitch. Pakala not paying any attention to that base runner. He's got one thing in mind, and that's Austin Gurney, and then trying to get this third out of the 9th. Due up for Barrie, Nolan Macabrota, Adam Odd, and Hayden Jaco.
That'll be
Plumpton, yeah, who came on. Jaco pinch hit for Cyprian. Plumpton came into the game. So Macabrota, Odd, and Plumpton. One more out to get here, though. Pakala delivers. Outside, and the count is 2-2. Gurney with a double, a single, 2 runs scored. 2 for 4 tonight. Two on the way. Popped, foul over near the Barnstormer bullpen. This crowd is feisty tonight.
Yeah.
Chirping even stuff that there's really nothing to chirp about, but they're finding a way to get their comments in.
These are the ultras that stick around.
They sure are. On a school night in early June. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pakala trying to finish him off. Here it is. Swung on and missed! Braden Pakala putting on a clinic tonight on the mound for the Baycats. That is as solid pitching as you'll see. Barrie needs 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Don't go anywhere. It's 10-7 Barnstormers. We'll be right back.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round. Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you this summer. What makes Jersey Mike's a sub above? Is it the premium meats and cheeses, sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Ninth inning of play is brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
3 hours of baseball tonight has brought us 26 hits and 17 runs. It all boils down to a 3-run deficit for the Baycats in the bottom of the 9th inning. And some work to do. Karika on the mound, Nolan Macabrota leading it off for Barrie. Baycats had a 4-run third. Trailed in this game 7-2 after 2.5 innings tonight. They're within 3 now. Win or lose, this has been a fun night here at Athletic Culture Stadium. Everybody's had a good time. It's been fun seeing the jerseys. Wanted to ask you if you could add one jersey to your collection. Any jersey, any sport, any player, what would you add?
That's really tough. Just thinking about this. I would tend to lean like a Canadian national team jersey, like probably hockey.
Oh, really? Macabrota taking all the way on the 3-0, and it's a called strike.
Because, like, as much as I love the Canadian national baseball team, the jerseys don't excite me much. So I'd probably lean towards like probably an Olympic Canada hockey jersey.
Okay. Any player in particular? Are you thinking like retro Team Canada or current day?
That's tough. Though I do like the ones from the most recent Olympics, but probably like something like 2014, 2018 maybe.
Okay, well, that surprises me. I know you like hockey, but I was expecting a baseball or maybe a college team of some sort.
Oh, I forgot about college. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah? Well, you can change your pick if you want.
Yeah. I'm a South Carolina fan, so I'll probably go like a South Carolina baseball jersey.
Macabrota with a walk. Tying run on deck now. The fans who are here want to see a thrilling finish. And there's an opportunity for that. Adam Ott is 0 for 4. Came into tonight's game with a hot bat, has yet to reach base. Swing and a miss. He's taken some cuts tonight.
Now, mostly always been on the first pitch. Like, he's not afraid to jump at that first pitch, especially when it's a fastball. He'll try and put a home run cut on it.
No, that's his trademark. That home run swing.
Ready on 3, ready on 1, ready on 7.
0-1 from Karika. Lifts this to left field. Looks like it's going to stay in the park. Kusera's there. 1 away.
Catcher number 44, Tyler Plumpton.
Tyler Plumpton to the plate for the Baycats. Wandy Cyprian started this game. Aiden Jaco came on to pinch hit.
First at bat of the season for Plumpton, and imagine this, getting plumped into the most important situation so far for him this season.
So I think if I could add any jersey to my collection, I would love a late 1970s Oakland A's Ricky Henderson jersey.
That'd be pretty sweet.
With the V-neck, the classic A's, green and gold. And Ricky Henderson, in my mind, maybe the greatest player of all time. Certainly the best leadoff man. You look at everything that he could do.
He's a top 5 player for sure for me.
He could change a game. Maybe had an average throwing arm, but every other dimension of his game was just next level.
He was just able to get on base so well.
Got on base, scored, had some power late in his career too.
Yeah.
So
you walked Ricky Henderson, you're giving up second base every time.
Pretty much. Could get in the pitcher's head. Did all the little things. One of my favorite players ever. On the ground. To second. Morrison spins, fires. And it's off the glove of Green. So they can't make the play at second. And it keeps the inning alive.
What an odd play there from Evan Morrison. He had a surefire out at first base. Tyler Plumpton, not the fleetest of foot, but he tries to do a spin throw, a more difficult play deep back of first base towards second. And Thomas Green just couldn't pick it. And that's going to be the first error of the game, it looks like, for Chatham-Kent.
Well, Green was in position, but I think even he was maybe a little surprised that the play was coming to him, because you're right, the easy out was at first. You're up by 3 runs. Why are you trying to get the lead runner in the 9th inning? That does not make any sense.
First base of the Baycats, number 34, Justin Groves.
So Groves will come on to pinch run for Plumpton.
First game he's gotten into this year.
Brandon Hernandez at the plate. He is the tying run. 1 out. Ground ball could end this game. Infield double play depth, shifted slightly to the right. First pitch, they appeal, he did not go.
That was a hard pitch to lay off there for Brandon Hernandez. You see how far in Yushin Oda is playing at third base, almost on the infield turf. Really heavily shifted.
Fouled off the screen. So it should be 2 out, runner at second. Instead, you've got runners at first and second and 1 out. Evan Morrison giving the Baycats a chance to stay alive here. 1-1 pitch, and it's over the third baseman into left field. Macabrota's getting the green light. The ball fired in from Kulture. The play at third, there's a tag. And he's safe at third. In to score is Macabrota. The score is 10-8.
It almost looked like the throw coming in from Casera was going to come home, but Mitsuki Fukuda did a great job coming out towards the mound to cut that ball off, and he really did have a shot at Groves at third base, but Groves just getting his hand in there with the dive. And here comes Dom Donnell. Looks like it might be the end of the line here for Costa Rica.
So Carica, who came into this game in the 8th inning, they thought maybe he could finish it off. We'll see if he does. Looks like Dom Donnell might be giving him a chance to talk him into staying into this game, or maybe just some instructions on what to do now. Still only 1 out of the inning. You mentioned that decision by Fukuda. That's good baseball instincts right there. He saw that there was no way that they were going to have a throw at home plate and a chance to make that tag on Macabrota, so he came about a third of the way out and saw a chance to get the second out at third instead, and that was a very close play at third base.
There is a left-hander warming up. It is Eric Pettipiece. Obviously, Costa Rica convincing his manager he can finish out this ball game. He was put in the 8th inning to try and get a 6-out save, and as it stands right now, the tying run is on first, the winning run at the plate.
A double play can end the game. A home run can win it. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch, and it hit him! Canisijo will toss the bat. The bases are loaded. That's one way to take the bat out of his hands. One of the hottest hitters in the CBL right now. You don't have to pitch to him anymore, but you gotta face this guy, Noel McGarry Doyle. Well, if anyone can put a ball in play to tie or win this game, it is this man at the plate. He hit a 2-run homer in the first. Followed that up with 3 straight singles. Struck out looking in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Outside.
Yeah, you got to imagine with McGarry Doyle, that strikeout was against Karika last inning. He's going to want redemption this time around with potentially the game on the line.
Karika has to throw strikes, nowhere to put them. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. McGarry Doyle chasing a fastball in, couldn't connect. 1 ball, 1 strike. 10-8 Barnstormers. This game could end either way on the next pitch. And this one through into left field. That's a base hit for McGarry Doyle. 1 run will score, and that's it. Huge at bat by Noel McGarry Doyle to make it 10-9. Everybody else stays put. Groves scores. Hernandez to third, Ejo to second, and McGarry Doyle aboard with an RBI single.
So that's Jeremy Eulenberg, the third base coach, and that was a smart stop sign for Brandon Hernandez. He saw Lee Kucera, the throw that he had towards home plate his first time, the last batter, when Hernandez had the single to left field, so he knows the arm strength. But still the tying run 90 feet away, and we're going to see a new pitcher.
We'll step aside as the Barnstormers go to the bullpen. The Baycats with the tying run 90 feet away and the winning run at second base. 10-9 Chatham-Kent. Bottom of the ninth at Athletic Kulture Stadium in Springwater. Edgar Figueroa comes to the plate for the Baycats. Down by a run, tying run at third. Here's Edgar Figueroa at the bat.
A new pitcher in the ballgame for Chatham-Kent, another lefty. It's Eric Pettipiece, 4th appearance of the season. He's had 6 innings. He's allowed 1 earned run on 7 hits, 6 strikeouts for just 1 walk. A 1.50 ERA so far this year.
Brandon Hernandez, the tying run at third base. Here's the pitch. And it's low and in. Nowhere to put Figueroa. A walk ties this game. 10-9 Chatham-Kent. They have never trailed. Got a 3-0 lead in the first, led 7-2 after 2.5. Baycats have come all the way back from the ashes to make this a 10-9 ball game. Pettipiece, the left-hander. Deals to Figueroa. Call strike. 1-1. This crowd living and dying with every pitch. Not the biggest crowd we've had of the season, but they might be the chirpiest.
Yeah, definitely the most vocal. They're on the edge of their seats.
1-1 to Figueroa coming up. Here it is. Low. 2-1. Once again, the runners. Brandon Hernandez at third. Kenisi Joe at second. Noel McGarry Doyle at first. Edgar Figueroa at the plate. It's a 2-1 count, 1 out in the ninth. Pettipiece deals. Called strike. Right down Broadway, 2-2.
Yeah, Adam DeCare was about to ring up Figueroa, and then he had to realize there was only 1 strike in the count.
Middle infield could turn a double play to end this game for the Barnstormers. Green and Morrison, they're ready. Shifted slightly to the right. Here's the pitch for Pettipiece. On the ground, over the mound. And the ball is bobbled by Green! The tying run scores. Brandon Hernandez is in. 10-10
in the ninth. Oh my!
Designated hitter number 27.
And look who's coming to bat.
That's the second error this inning for Thomas Green. The first one, it was a tough play. Evan Morrison, maybe a bad decision on the throw to the shortstop that he had a tough time picking. With that one, there's really no excuse for it. That was a ground ball that could have ended this game, and instead, it's all tied up.
Ryan Rio, winning run at third base. Kenise Ejo standing there 90 feet away. The pitch from Pettipiece. Rio, first pitch swinging, and he sends that one to the parking lot.
This team has taken some lessons from Saturday afternoon, trying to come back late in the game, down one in the ninth inning. A lot of the team, they needed to just put the ball in play. They really suffered some tough strikeouts late in that game. And the mindset from Ryan Rio is the same. Put the ball in play.
Here it comes. It's called a strike, 0-2. So a strikeout obviously would be huge for Pettipiece here. Still only one out of the inning. The Barnstormers can't win this game in this inning now. They just got to survive this, weather the storm, and get this to the 10th. No balls, 2 strikes to Rio. Here's the pitch. On the ground to second, and they double him off! How about that? Morrison making the catch on the line drive, and then over to Green covering second for the double play. We are going to the 10th inning, tied at 10s, here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from Ford Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Ben Davy and Julius Hern, 10th inning. Why not? We're tied at 10. Barnstormers and Baycats, what a game this has been. Want to welcome Baycats fans who are arriving at home and turning the game on. And boy, you've missed a great comeback here. Baycats at the bases loaded and a chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth. But a 3-run ninth has set the table for a little bit of bonus baseball here in Springwater Township.
It's been such a great game. Why not have more, Carlos Sano, who'd have thought he'd be on the mound in this ball game the way we saw it early on. Fifth appearance of the year. He's 3-0. You wouldn't expect the Baycats closer to be 3-0 this early in the season, but he is. 5 innings pitched, all scoreless. He's only got 3 hits and a walk, struck out 6.
He has more wins than Frank Garces. I'm not sure how long that's going to
He has more than half of the Baycats wins this year.
Yeah, I mean, And first pitch bunting. Macabrodo with it, spins and fires, and they get the out at first, but that's exactly what the Barnstormers wanted to do. They got the runner, Gurney, to third. So they're playing a little small ball here just to squeeze out the lead.
Good for Macabrodo there just to stay calm, collect the baseball and make a smooth play towards first base. Francisco Hernandez having to cover behind him. It looked like he maybe had a little bit of trouble finding the bag, but was able to collect it nicely for the out.
So a 3-4 put out. And we have a pinch hitter for the Barnstormers. Number 23, Julian Monks.
Number 23, Julian Monks.
So Monks will bat for Morin.
Yeah, Morin hitless at the top of the Barnstormers order today. Monks also pinch hit in the game on Saturday afternoon.
Sano with the first pitch to Monks, and he got good wood on it, but hooked that one a little bit too far to the left. I think we got a lot of people watching at home right now who started their evening here at the ballpark, but had to get home. It's a school night. You can't keep children out past 11 o'clock. I don't care how exciting the game is on a school night. That's not a good idea, but I think a lot of people have this game on television right now in their living rooms. 10-10, Sano deals, and it bounces up to the plate. Christian Pouliard-Genesar behind the plate now. Third catcher of the night for the Baycats.
Yeah, and that number 8 spot in the Baycats order, you look at all the substitutions, it's a good portion of Barrie's bench. From Jaco to Plumpton to Groves, and now Pouliard-Genesar after Wandy Cyprian started.
Popped up and playable, shallow right field. 3 Baycats converge. Hernandez comes over, and he makes the catch. And the runner stays at third. And a collective sigh of relief from everybody.
Yeah, you can see that Gurney was tagging up at third base. If that play was going to put Francisco Hernandez even more off balance, he definitely would have taken advantage there. And Christian Pouliard-Genesar, the catcher, he noticed that as well.
Even worse, if that ball dropped, it's a fair ball in fair territory. So could have created a scoring opportunity. Boy, how huge would it be for the Baycats to get out of this top of the 10th without allowing a run?
And the run would be unearned should it come in. Carlos Sano yet to allow an earned run, or any run for that matter, so far this year. How about the work of Braden Pakala getting us to this point? 3 scoreless innings in relief when Barrie was still trying to mount their comeback.
The obvious pick for player of the game is Noel McGarry-Doyle, but Braden Pakala, boy, you can make an argument for him coming out of the bullpen and shutting down this Barnstormer lineup that has just for whatever reason caught fire against the Baycats so far this year. Sano's first pitch, hard fastball, and it's inside to Evan Morrison.
Intentionally walked his last time up, and it worked out for Barrie. They got out of the inning scoreless, or unscathed rather.
Runner at third. It's Austin Gurney. 10-10 tie. 2 out of the 10th. Sano's pitch on the ground to second. Hernandez should be an easy play, and it is. The Baycats get out of the top of the 10th, and the Barnstormers strand a runner at third, and another chance for Barrie to walk it off.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965. Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Baycats coming to bat here in the bottom of the 10th inning in a 10-10 tie. We're talking about this off air. I think the last time I said 10-10 in the 10th was in 2024 when Adam Odd came to the plate against the Guelph Royals in Game 1 of the IBL Championship Series.
Yeah, because I brought it up. You don't often hear the words 10-10 tie in baseball, but here we are.
And we all know how that game ended.
And odds due up in this inning, should it need to be.
Bat third. Okay, so the runner at second is Brendan Daly, and Baycats will win if they can bring him in.
And playing right field for the Barnstormers now is Andrew Groening, coming in for Julian Monks, who pinch hit for Spencer Morin.
One 1-0 pitch. Hernandez swings and misses. Francisco Hernandez, of course, had a walk-off home run against the Welland Jackfish last year in the IBL Championship Series. Doesn't need a home run here, though, just a base hit to try to win this game. Barrie has not led tonight. A 3-run ninth has set the stage for this 10th inning. Here's the pitch from Pettipies. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Carlos Sano with some beautiful pitching in the top half of the 10th to keep the Barnstormers from getting back on top. Shutout inning. Pettipies checks the runner twice, and now time is called.
A dancing lead there from Brendan Daly at second base, and you can see it. He might be starting to get into Pettipies' head a little bit. Couple more glances over at second base from the lefty.
Well, Pettipies' head, but maybe Thomas Green's as well, and that's opening up a nice hole on the left side, but strike three called to Francisco Hernandez. So caught looking to lead off the bottom of the 10th. Here's Nolan Macabrota. You notice Green playing way over to the second base side of the shortstop position, and Macabrota, now the left-hander, will bat. Unless they don't want to face him, and it doesn't look like they do.
No. It seems like a smart move from the Barnstormers. First base open. You put a double play in order to try and get out of this inning and force an 11th.
So here we go, 10-10 in the 10th, and here comes Adam Odd. Get to a little then and now video, Julius, with Adam Odd at the plate. I remember it was the first pitch that Odd faced that he crushed over the right field fence. Game 1 of the 2024 IBL Championship Series. 2 Odd. Here's the pitch. Swing and a drive down the line. Foul. Down the right field line. Just outside the chalk.
He was right on that pitch, Adam Odd, and just a tad early. You know, he lets that one travel, another quarter second, this ball game is over.
You get the sense that he feels like he is just one little adjustment away from connecting big time, and maybe that moment will come right here. 0 for 5 tonight. 0-1 pitch on the way, and he fouls it off. 0-2.
Yeah, he doesn't like that he swung at that pitch. Him stepping out of the box here is well needed just to try and reset himself and get ready for an 0-2 approach.
Well, with an 0-2 count now, he'll have to swing at anything close. Daly at second, Macabrota at first, but Daly's the only runner that matters. Here's the pitch. Off the inside of the bat to left field. It'll drop for a base hit. Daly's going to round third. Kuchera up with it. Here's the throw. Not in time. The Baycats walk it off with an 11-10 come from behind victory. Adam on walks it off for the Baycats, and what a comeback tonight, Julius. After trailing 7-2, the Baycats get a win against the Barnstormers here tonight.
If you thought Saturday afternoon's ball game was great between these two teams, this one is easily topped an incredible comeback. Down by as many as 5 runs early on, the Baycats just kept clawing back and clawing back. 3 in the 9th inning to send this to extras, and it's Adam Odd who was 0 for 5 before the go-ahead RBI single and a broken bat to put the Baycats back in the win column.
Those guys are going to have a fun celebration with these fans when they come off the field here tonight. What a comeback for Barrie. 3 in the 9th, 1 in the 10th. And they get a win over the Barnstormers here this evening and make that 3 walk-off wins for the Baycats here at home so far in 2026. Our final tonight, Barrie 11 at Chatham-Kent 10 in 10. For Julius Hern and our entire Baycats TV crew, I'm Ben Davy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Sunday nights.